And now, on with the show.
TOS, today on stream,
The Twitch News Guy.
News on what the fuck's going on in our sphere.
The source for streamer Twitch information.
Your go-to person for Twitch news.
He does Twitch news.
All of the Twitch news, anything that has to do with like stream.
The best news on Twitch, you can get it from Zach's stream.
Fantastic informational streams about everything and anything Twitch.
The go-to for everything Twitch.
And he literally actually cares about the Twitch community.
I like to call him the Adrian Wojnarowski of Twitch.
The best Twitch news on Twitch. You're that guy that knows everything about Twitch.
You guys want to know what's going on with Twitch and what's coming on in the future, stuff like this. That's the man you want to follow, and that's the man you want to watch.
Best place to get Twitch news, period.
The Twitch news extraordinaire.
Zach Bussey, best Twitch journalist to ever do it.
Indeed.
It's funny, I get most of my Twitch news from Zach.
I mean, if you ask me, he's more attractive than Devin Nash or that slosher guy.
Oh, it's Zach Bussey.
Zach Bussey.
Zach Bussey.
Bussey, 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 Bussey. Oh, man.
Broadcasting live around the world from the TOS.GG studio, please welcome the host of Today on Stream, Zach Bussey.
Oh, where'd all my updates on the thing go? God damn it. There. Perfect. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Nice to have you all here. It is, in fact, a Tuesday, the 6th of August. And we got a great show planned today. We got to cover some updates that have occurred on Twitch over the last number of days. We have to talk about the Twitch chief marketing officer going on a podcast and talking about the future of Twitch. We'll see what she has to say about that. Creator clubs, the Twitchcon schedule, 13 years of YouTube condensed into about 40 minutes. We do have to finish reading the comments on that article from last week about Twitch's financial struggles. Salty's never making the mod board. That is in fact true. He will never make it there. He's only there. He won't. It won't happen. Hi everybody. How are you all? Welcome in. Let's see here.
$5 a month.
Legit Black Chick, thank you very much for the 11-month resub with Prime. Thank you. And Deepards, thanks so much for the 40-month resub. Uh-oh.
Hello, Zach.
Hi, Obama.
Last stream.
Yes.
On Friday.
Uh-huh. It wasn't
you were
Friday.
On the front page.
It was Thursday,
said
but
some nice things about you.
You did?
I don't need you to respond. Just listen.
Okay.
I said nice things, very nice things about how loved Zach is. I want the chat to know I was on drugs. Michelle had spiked my meal with that good stuff. And I was not myself. I am on Shungite treatments to protect myself. I do know that Zach Bussey is a threat to the free world.
Yep.
And Twitch.
True.
I hope chat can forgive me.
Yep.
God bless America.
Sure.
And God bless chat.
Thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much, Obama. I appreciate it. Bridge Boy, thank you very much for the 10 stream streak. And Kimchi. Hi, Kimchi. Thanks so much for the 50 months. And with Prime. Thank you. It was Friday for me, by the way. Some of it was Friday for you, but not all of it. Certainly not all of it. We are live across multiple channels, multiple vectors. We are live on Zach Bussey 2, so hello to the people on Zach Bussey 2. Hello to the people on YouTube. I don't know if there's anybody there, but hello to YouTube folks. And to the people here on twitch.tv/Zach Bussey. Hello to you all. Hi, Monica. Hi, Reg. Reg is over in the other chat. I see that. Hi, Salty. Welcome in. Hi, Cohen. Hi, Baby Bat. You're awake. Wow, it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's crazy. Hi, Legit Black Chick. Hi, Desert Ice. Hi, Growly Bear. Did I say that twice? Feels like I may have said that twice. Hi, Bridge Boy. Hi, Falcor. Dimitri, hello. How was the long weekend? My long weekend was fantastic. It was fantastic.
How long have I been missing this set?
This set? This one? Since it launched 9 months ago, 10 months ago. So all of it, I suppose. Thank you very much for the 8-month resub links. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, let me switch over to the main scene so you can see what I'm taking a look at. We can take a look at the same chat together. Was it only the beginning of the year? Was that when it was? I don't remember. Oh, I put a small S. How do you spell statues? Yeah, that's how you spell statues. Smart D. Oh, all right, whatever. Hi, Katie. Yes, I do like starting soon screens. Do people not? Well, there's a big fight about it on streamer Twitter right now. People don't know what they want. Hi, Raymond. Hi, Matrixis. Look. Oh no, Baby Bat, you spent $90 on, oh god, I thought it was about to dox me. Which one did you buy? Did you buy Rila Kakuma? Is that here? Where's the Rila Kakuma? Oh my god, Sanrio. Is that what it is, Sanrio? I feel like that's what it is. Yes, that's how I read. Hi, Singletary. Zach and Nader, hello. How are you? Hi, Bridge Boy. 10 stream. Hey, it shows me now. Nice. Purple Blur, hello. Hi, Underground Rescue Channel. Forever Shame. Forever Mod Trainee. True. Hi, Raise Flaves. How are you doing? Red Munchkin, thank you very much for the raid. How is your stream? Welcome in. Welcome in. Nice to have you here. Nice to have you here. Welcome in. It was Friday, it was Thursday for you, but the end of the Friday was Friday. That's fair. Hi, Gash Gang. Where am I supposed to chat? Instructions keep changing. You can chat anywhere you like. You can chat in the alt. You can chat in the main. You can chat on YouTube. I see it all. I am a panopticon of chat. You can type in any chat anywhere you want. You could even type in Vio's chat and I'll see it. That's how that works. That's gonna be bad if I do this. Hi, Growly Bear. You guys can't get a double dip. Hi, Minimum Viable Pizza. Hi, Fumi. Hi, Aureus. Hi, Sunberry. Not generally a fan of them because of the notification you get when the content is live. Fair. I'm okay with the starting if the countdown timer actually means someone is going to go live when it hits 0. Yes, exactly, Singletary. I agree with you on that one. I don't like the debate. Hi, Banny. Lock up your snacks. The Munchkin raid. Red Munchkin, thank you again for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Hope you had a great stream. Hi, Shanks. Shanks, how you been? Welcome in. Safe space for bottoms. Got it. Hi, Vapor. See, now this is all the people coming in from... These are all Vio's chatters. We don't know anything about them. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Kate. Hi, Cthulhu Gal. Welcome. I just meow in chat sometimes. We appreciate a meow. Wait, is that actually a real chat in this chat? I can't even tell anymore. It might be. I think it is. It is. Imagine making it to a Zach stream at the beginning. Hi, Illusion. The Panopticon is a design of institutional building with an inbuilt system of control originated by the English philosopher and social theorist Jeremy Bentham in the 18th century. The concept is to allow all prisoners of an institution to be observed by a single corrections officer without the inmates knowing whether or not they're being watched. Exactly. So it's like this. I sit in the middle. This is me. And then this is chat. You could be typing in the YouTube chat, the Twitch chat too. You could be typing in Vio's chat. You could be typing in Hassan's chat. You could be typing anywhere, and I see it all, creating a wheel of motion that could only be beat by a better wheel, which doesn't exist. So I'm going to get rid of Vio's chat, though. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Hi, Bluish. How are you? When it's starting soon, timer turns to starting soon, and the streamer doesn't start soon. Yes, exactly. That I do find that annoying. Chat is a pizza. Yes, it's a wheel. It's a wheel. Can I chat via carrier pigeon? You can, but it does take some time for me to actually get the chats themselves. I prefer the wheel of morality personally. What's the wheel of morality? I don't even know what that is. Hope you enjoyed watching my degeneracy in other chats. I do, Illusion. I do. I keep a close eye on it, and I go, wow, that's some degenerate chat that I'm glad she doesn't bring to this community. The lag on carrier pigeon is rough. It is. It's pretty bad. But she's about to start stream in 16 hours. I don't think that, you know what? Never mind. Wait, what? What don't I know about you know what who? Hi, Desert Ice. Welcome in. All right, guys. I'm missing cuties in chat, and I apologize. That's okay. That's okay, baby bat. You can't get everybody. Also, hi, Zach. Hope you're having a good day today. I'm having a fantastic day today. Other than the fact that Amazon only delivered 2 of the 3 packages that I ordered. I'd ordered 3 of the same thing. They delivered 2. I told the guy, I said, I think there's a 3rd coming. He goes, I think there's a 3rd coming tomorrow. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And so that's why I was a little bit late. It's because I was just waiting for those to be delivered. Hi, Lamp. Y'all keep the degeneracy out of Zach's chat. Exactly. Hi, Pearl. Wheel of morality. Turn. Turns us the lesson we should learn from Animaniacs. Oh, I see. Hi, Pass Before. Can we make it a square wheel since it's theoretical, so it would technically be as efficient as a round one? Yeah, but I don't want you guys congregating in the corners of chats. I prefer you guys to be front and center and know that the chat is in full swing of roundness. Unboxing stream? No, it's not exciting at all. It is... a slashy favorite, it is cat litter. And they were on sale that if you spent $100 on cat products, you got like 50% off. And so I was just like, well, I don't need any food. And they had nothing else that I wanted in terms of toys for Spartacus or whatever. But they did have 3 things of cat litter that went to $102. And I said, perfect. So I ordered that. Do you use Atom Multi yet? I do not, Ghost. I have not used it just yet. I just ordered glow-in-the-dark stickers for TwitchCon. Great day to be a consumer. Hell yeah, single theory. Nice. No talking amongst yourself. This is a stream. Exactly. What is the RFC editor? What is that? Oh, geez. A standard for the transmission of IP datagrams on avian carriers. Oh,
hey,
boy.
Zach, it's me, Goku.
Hi,
Sorry
Goku.
about last Thursday. I went Super Saiyan 3 on your stream. It was a bit much.
It
Wait,
did.
what's that?
What?
I'm sensing a powerful enemy. It's a starting soon screen. I have to charge up. And beat. I can't beat this starting soon screen. Could everyone in chat hold up their hands? What are you doing? Chat, hold up your hands now. I need your energy. Please, come on. I can feel the power.
Quick question. Wait, I actually have to message Baby Bat. Wait, Baby Bat, you... Wait, do you guys all see... Yeah, what's going on? What is happening right now? Do you... Is it okay? You guys can't see this. But shared ban info, monitoring, banned in Baby Bat, and more. Not just banned in one chat, more.
Toes love.
Baby Bat threatened my entire family if I didn't show up. That's what I call a good mod. Psycho Koala, and then Baby Bat pinned it. And I'm just like, wait, what? What is happening here, Baby Bat? What? Why is this person banning your chat and more?
My apartment is infested with koala bears. It's the cutest infestation ever.
True. Hi, Auntie Lawans. Anyways, there you go. I get banned as an act of friendship. That's fair. Hey, I banned him in every chat I modded. Okay. You don't have to apologize. No, don't need to apologize. It's just, I was just like, wait. Because I share my list with like 4 other people. And so when it pops up, I'm just like, uh-oh. Did Baby Bat have was there like a problem with Koala? Is there a rift between the two? And now they're And so I had to double check. And then you pinned the message. I'm just like, wait, what is happening here? So I had to verify with Baby Bat that things were intentional here. Very strange time. Hi, you were found. How are you? Welcome in. Hi, Monica. All right, let's jump into it. We got a lot of things to cover today. It was appropriate. Yes, fair. Koala is everyone's nemesis. That's fair. Geez. Let's get into some of the things we have to talk about today. You guys may have noticed that when you joined stream today, hi, Rhode Island, you did not get a pop-up that says, hey, have you heard about Apple TV? You guys didn't get that here. You guys did not get that here. I consider that to be a great service to you all, and I should be praised and thanked as a king among men for it. I turned it off. I turned off the promotion on my stream, which means that if you do gift a sub here or you do subscribe, you will not get a 3-month free of Apple TV. If you do want that, you're gonna have to do it in somebody else's stream. You cannot do it here because I have disabled the promotion because I did find it annoying that it would never go away. And so there is a way to do that for your own channel. Again, keep in mind that it does disable the promotion entirely, so you lose that overall potential carrot that you're dangling in front of somebody.
Thanks for gifting
so
a
you
sub.
will not get it. Shanks. Oh, God damn it. Thanks. Thank you very much for your Prime sub for 32 months. And Desert Ice, thank you for gifting a sub to Apple Promotion. Fun fact, the promotion shows up even on non-affiliate streams. Yes, Rhode Island. It's kind of weird. It's on my alt channel. It really, I've explained it here before on why I think that's happening. Does it show up on this one? Yeah. So this is my non-monetized channel, Zach Bussey 2, which means that it's ad-free. But it shows up there. It shows up. And no amount of clicking don't show again seems to keep it, seems to dismiss it entirely. I keep having to do it. Yes. Why'd I do that twice? Oh, well. In any case, it is my feeling on why they've done that is that there is probably a deal with Apple to say, yeah, in exchange for whatever they agreed upon, the overall number of impressions, it's essentially an ad, right? When you go to a Twitch stream, you're basically being introduced to an ad. You don't see it? Heck yeah, Dimitri. You're basically being introduced to an ad that you, as a creator, don't get any direct payment for, but potentially you might if somebody does gift a sub. But ultimately, they want those impressions. And so the more chats they can show them to, the more that they can potentially say to Apple, hey, look, we were going to do it just on our monetized channels, and that would have accounted for 95% of all the views on it. But we didn't. So actually, technically, 84%. We now know that. That would account for 5% of our top channels. But we actually got you 14% more views because we put it on all the non-monetized channels where they cannot, in fact, take advantage of it. Hi, Numplex. How are you? So that's my feeling on why they've done that. Hazard, thank you very much for the 7-stream streak. 3 away from one that counts. My grandmother's calling me. 1 second. Hello? Hey, Grandpa. Okay. Oh.
Give it to me, Daddy. Oh, wait, I can show you my pussy.
Fuck you, hot girl.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. I thought it might be something. Well, maybe it's never something fun with my grandpa. Hi, Ryan. How are you? Hi, Gussie Marie. How are you doing? You need some headphones? You guys are the worst. Hi, Dazapan. Hi, Sirstus. You guys are the worst. He's trying to tell me something important. You guys. Jesus. He knows I'm preoccupied between 5 to 7 every single weekday. He knows that. And so the only times that he would ever do that is if it was an emergency. Keep in mind, it was not an emergency. It was not an emergency. Hi, Sixth. How are you doing? Anyways, let's get into this. Yes, this promotion, if you do want to disable it for your own stream, you now can. Going into viewer rewards, and then just turning off the promotion. It does turn it off completely, so you will not get the benefit if somebody does gift a sub, so keep that in mind. But it is a way to be able to dismiss the overall notification on your stream if you find that it is too much. And I did. Grandpa thought it was Monica Mondays. That's fair, yes. I also don't know if you guys saw this the other day. I didn't think it was real. Orius played the FBI Open up on my stream, and my dad called. It was fun to try and talk around it. Yeah. This was an unexpected thing. Last time that Aiden Ross had said that he was going to be streaming with a world leader, which was going to be Kim Jong-un, he had on a pretty lame impersonator of him. But he actually did stream with Donald Trump, and it was a stream. Yeah. So I don't really have much to add to that other than the fact that in terms of the overall viewership peak, it hit 583,694, which makes it the third most popular or most peaked stream on Kick of the year. That's only for 2024. There have been obviously higher ones than that. But on Kick itself, it was the third top one. SXB had the second, and Melstroy had the first. And of course, compared to a lot of other streams that existed this year, did not even come close. So, I have never seen your face moving. Wait, what? Hi, Julie. Wow, I've never seen your moving face. I always see your profile picture on Twitter. Okay. I see what you're saying now. Hi, Sixpath. How are you? Hi, Spencer. Welcome in. You're a real person. I know. I am. Shocking. Barely, but yes. The dance clip was something of all. Yeah, that was something. That was certainly something. Surprised all the Trump voters didn't watch. Yeah. Aren't Kick rumored to have inflated views? So that's what I mean by this. Yes. Historically speaking, Kick does have a 1.5 to 1.8 times view multiplier. In that is, again, not exact science, but you can kind of pull up 20 tabs and you'll have 18 viewers is kind of how it kind of is the simplest way to explain it. In that you can just multi-tab the platform. Now, the reason why I was kind of, I wrote, and some people took offense to the fact that I said only. The Aiden Ross Donald Trump stream was only the third highest peak Kick stream of 2024. But I would have thought that it would have been a lot higher, considering the fact that Aiden has a vested interest in the platform, and B, the platform has a vested interest in that being a really big stream.
Quick, Zach, hold up. I'm sensing another powerful enemy.
Oh,
That's my God. That's Donald Trump, and he's next to Aiden Ross. The Power Scouter says Trump's power level is 3.5, which is pretty shit. And Aden's Ross power level is 3.5. Actually, they don't seem that dangerous. Chet, you don't need to raise your hands this time. I think I can take them out in base form.
All right.
I have no weakness to bullets, which makes me more powerful than Trump, and I'm not a racist. So I'm stronger than Aden Ross and Trump combined.
Sure. Yeah, good point. Well played. But yeah, no, I would have definitely, thank you, Bridge Boy. I would have definitely thought this number overall would have been juiced up much higher than that, for the simple fact of here you have a platform that is getting a pretty big moment happening on it. And it feels like, again, not to say that you should be deceptive or dishonest about this, but I feel like if you're Kick, they probably should have just doubled the viewership. They probably should have just been like, yeah, let's just throw our own view bot. Let's just manually enter the view count on this thing as a starting reference to get it over 1 million. I think that would have been the thing to do, but what do I know? They evidently have some level of scruples and limitations on what they're willing to do in terms of adjusting the view count. So there you go. Couldn't afford it. I guess not. Anyways, I just found that interesting that it was only 583,000 for a relatively significant event on Kick when they've had streams that have had higher viewership overall. I support Bridge Boy in a 2v1 boxing match against Ross and Trump. Oh boy. They were too busy trying to make sure that the platform stop breaking. That's actually fair. Now, there's a small couple updates here. Twitch is gearing up for the launch of the Bleed Purple statues. They announced these back at TwitchCon Rotterdam for 5 million, 50 million, and 250 million watch hours. This is what they look like. I have now seen a finished product 3D printed version of this, and it's a remarkably well done recreation. So we'll see what ends up happening with those. But yes, it will be associated with your achievements page. So I don't know if you guys know where your achievements page is, but it is in your stats for some reason. It would then end up appearing here. What your current status is compared to the total number of hours watched that you need. I have 208,000. So I am 1/40th of the way to the first one. Is that correct? So I only need to stream for another 5 times 4, 200 years, and I'll be able to get one. So we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Hi, Sputnik. How are you? Need another one of those 10 to 12 hour streams. Yeah, I just need to be front page for several years, and then, hey, I think we'll get it. This one also for a small update for mods that evidently launched for some people last week. The incoming ad break now appears at the top of your page rather than at the bottom of chat. So, good, bad. There's a lot of mixed. It's actually surprising how many mixed opinions there are on A, the color, and B, the placement. It really does make you go, man, the Twitch community can't decide on anything that they like. But then you go, oh, never mind. They can all agree they dislike the mobile app. Is this for mods or just editors? It's for mods. I have it, and I like this currently. I like it better. The time I see an ad, I close the tab so quickly. It's much more noticeable and helpful. Much better. Hell, Twitch making big moves. I prefer bottom, honestly. It's been a huge improvement. Who knew? I've been seeing this for a while. Indifferent on the appearance, honestly. It was forced to choose, then I'd say top. I've had this on my channel for about a week now. I kind of prefer this over the bottom. I like it at the top better. I notice it more this way. I like this better. I like it at the top. I like it at the top. Okay, well, maybe it was less. Oh, no. Much better than at the bottom. That looks better. More noticeable this way. I quite like it. So maybe it wasn't as divided as I originally thought that it was. Much prefer this position. I noticed it moved. I noticed it up there more often than when it was at the bottom. It threw me off. It's useful. Way easier for me. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I take it all back. I don't like it. Change it back. There we go. We got one. Color change has been great. The placement down at the bottom is much better. There we go. Okay. So it's split between positives. So Twitter is more of a top platform in terms of how it ranks comments, and then the bottoms go to the bottom of the overall comment organization. I'm not a fan, to be honest. I like this way better. I like it when they make the overlay when ads are playing. I didn't even get the warning. More helpful. I wish it was for viewers. Prefer it at the top. I hate it. Much prefer this. Much better. On top is more noticeable. So much better. The green on top is better. The purple near the bottom. Personal preference, of course. I've had this for 2 weeks now. It's out of the way. Not like right there. Confused me when it first happened. Definitely better. I noticed it yesterday and loved the change. Well, there you go. There you go. Twitter's more of a bottom platform from my experience. Now, Zach is saying that way on purpose. I recognized what was happening, Singletary, after a moment when I saw that you guys were like, clip that, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. Right. They should give streamers the choice to have it on the top or bottom. Is that hard? I agree. Top makes more sense for the viewers, at bottom for mods and broadcasters. I really feel like I'm in the minority with the mobile app. I've been on the beta for ages, and I'm ambivalent to the changes. Mostly it feels just change resistance right now. Possibly. Again, that is something that I think I can understand that. I don't use the mobile app enough to consider my own opinion on it to be very, very strong. What I will say is that looking at it, it doesn't look polished. It looks sloppy. I in a video that I posted today on Twitter and on Instagram and on TikTok, or not on Instagram, on Threads and TikTok, I called it the Temu TikTok because it's kind of what it is. It doesn't feel like it's polished. It feels like a rush job. Nothing like the overall design of it just feels boring and uninspired and like trying to create something by lawyers rather than trying to create something for people. So, but ultimately, I as I said, I'm indifferent to the to mobile itself because I only ever use it when I am walking around and I just want to listen to something in audio only. So I'm at my desk all the other time anyways. So that's my personal preference on it. But if you do look at Twitter,
General Kenobi here. I absolutely hate the Twitch mobile app when I'm trying to go to Jedi Council meetings and goon over some sweet Twi'lek hot tub stream. And it autoplays. You don't know the shame when Yoda looks at you and sneers.
Oh.
Change the mobile app back, it's so shit not even the Sith would approve of the new mobile app, it's bad enough. It autoplayed a stream of Jabba the Hutt going on a political rant about the so-called leftist Count Dooku and war in space Iraq.
All right. I miss having thumbnails on my follower list on mobile. Twitch Intuitive AI, what are you smoking? But yeah, I only ever use the app to see who is live and for notifications, so my opinion is moot. I don't like how the follow button is crammed in weird place, but I do like the selection of streams that are coming up in my feed. So here's what I'll also kind of say. Actually, the only way that I'm going to be able to do this is by going directly to my profile because I know it's there. And I don't know where it is on Twitch's feed. Let me skip ahead here. Where is it? It's after this one. Yeah, so what I would say is that it's very clear to me that this is trying to set the stage for when the platform is offering more vertical content. The current functionality of a widescreen based platform trying to offer up an experience for vertical is strange to say the very least. And I think that's one of the things that makes it rather frustrating as a user experience in that's why it does feel very much like a Temu TikTok. And it doesn't feel like it's been designed for the Twitch community. It feels like it's designed for somebody else. And maybe it is designed for, and so that is my belief, is that the app itself is being designed for something that a year from now, 2 years from now, will actually make sense. But today's Twitch and today's Twitch mobile app, they don't really align in terms of the actual approach.
Make a small synopsis on the war between top and bottom lovers of the new Snooze AD button on the Twitch platform. In a galaxy not so far away on a planet called Twitch, a fierce battle rages on between two factions, the top lovers and the bottom enthusiasts. The skirmish is ignited by the arrival of the fabled Snooze AD button. Top lovers rejoicing in their newfound control clash with bottom enthusiasts who cry out for convenience and simplicity. As tensions escalate, the fate of uninterrupted streaming hangs in the balance.
I guess so. I was watching a friend last night on mobile, and it randomly switched me to a random streamer. So that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, there's definitely some significant bugs associated with it as well. It definitely has some issues. Like if you tap to go into a stream, it doesn't technically take you into that stream. It does take you into that stream and that experience. But if you press the back button, it takes you out of that experience and back into the feed rather than to your following. It's just, there's a lot of things that don't inherently make a lot of sense. Yeah, so I do I do recognize that ultimately there probably is some level of people don't like change, but it does really feel like they did rush this out, and it does not, in terms of the content and the way it presents content, it does not match up with the expectation that you would have of a multi-billion-dollar corporation owned by Amazon to develop a brand new experience that is supposedly new and improved, when it feels like a step back. So, again, it would be cool if they were able to say, hey, we're also launching vertical live streaming at the same time through the enhanced broadcasting right now. And then that would have made a little bit more sense and encouraged kind of an excitement around it to start streaming in vertical format to Twitch and streaming in widescreen format to Twitch and get people's adoption. But Twitch's timelines are all a mess, and I don't know necessarily that the left hand knows what the right hand is doing half the time. So we'll have to see how that kind of plays out over the years ahead. But for the meantime, I do think that we're going... I don't think any amount of... Unless significantly less people are actually using the Twitch app, and they do, in fact, see a collapse in viewership on that platform, I think they'll just ride this one out and just go, yeah... Well, they'll go with the internal thing of ignore the noise, which this is based upon something that Dan Clancy had said about the Twitch community. Ignore them. Just ignore them. Hi, Crispy. How are you? What if you're a Switch, though? Hi, Noah. Good day, sir. Zach, it feels like you forgot about the following tab until the last minute, and Mr. Clancy decided it was going to go. Yeah, again, it just really does feel like and you can't sort it. There's some mistakes. Hi, Dragon Gem.
When I first
God
became
damn
a
it.
Twitch affiliate, they didn't even have the affiliate program. This platform is already kind of at its peak. I don't think there's anything that they can do to make this platform any better. Ads are great, and if you think that you have a better implementation than ads that are currently existing, I think you should be working for Tesla because you're on Mars or something. The ads are perfect. When I get the opportunity to vote, I'll be voting no on making any changes to make this platform better.
Vote no for the union?
I will vote no.
It's not needed.
Vote no.
Everyone vote nay. No changes to making these ads as great as they are. We can't change them to make them any better.
Have you ever thought about how,
they're great as they are,
to a former interim CEO of OpenAI, that the world is basically Candyland? Like you're dooming over the future of AI and boom, there's just a CEO job for you. And then days later, it's gone. Then you just have to go back to being a dad. Former interim CEOs of OpenAI aren't that excited about it.
True.
Subscribe with Prime.
Hi, Dragon Gem. It says a lot now, too, even in picture-in-picture mode, tapping on things.
Here I am, a pillar of the community, and I love Frosted Bussies.
Brave adults know that Frosted Bussies are the best breakfast cereal.
I try not to, but I can't stop thinking about Frosted Bussies.
Those sweet, crispy Bussies with a splash of cold milk. What could an adult like better?
I'm not ashamed to admit I have Frosted Bussies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's no conspiracy.
Get your Frosted Bussies. They're okay.
A2, baby bat. A2, baby bat.
Oh my god, what the hell? What's going on?
Wait, oh my gosh.
Coke, are you serious right now?
What?
You're invited to the Twitch Partner Program.
I just got partnered.
We got partner, boys.
What? Coke Gaming.
You have 351,000. It's actually hard to whisper, by the way. I don't know how ASMR people do it. I don't like that it shows people I don't follow in the live feed or have two separate tabs for recommending and following. Yeah. I mean, like, those are the kind of things that would be kind of nice that are part of TikTok, right? Like, TikTok, you do have that choice over people you follow or your For You page. So, yeah. We'll see how it evolves over time, but This is a false statement after the mobile update. Are you sure you for sure know something to make this platform better? Well, that's true. How many minutes per hour of ads did you end up running on Thursday? We ran 10 minutes of ads per hour on average. That's what the total amount came out to by the end of it. This is a lot about unintuitive UX, especially upon launching, where just autoplay and going to random streams immediately doesn't make sense for a mobile experience. Yeah, I again, I agree with you guys, but you also have to remember that Twitch desktop isn't exactly a great intuitive UX experience. I've again, not that I want to fully always point this one out. Hi, Finite, but like we have a lot of things based on these channel pages that are a mess in terms of like when you stumble onto somebody's stream for the very first time, there's no information about this person. You have, of course, their, again, and this changes based on if you follow or don't follow, but like their previous streams and their channel trailer. But like, what if I want to follow them on Twitter? See when they next stream because they're going to post that to Twitter. Well, you don't actually have that here. You have even this, right? You have featured clips, which I think makes sense. But then you have recently streamed categories. Why is that ranked there above suggested streamers? Wouldn't it make sense for that to even be higher because these are actually live creators? I don't know. Something feels weird about it all. But if you actually want to find out about something, about a person for a streamer, you have to click on About, and then you find that information. And then when do they next stream? When do they next stream? Oh, I don't know. But then you have to click on Schedule to find. It's just, there's a lot of things that they've put behind unnecessary clicks that you just don't. You just can't find. You just can't find. So it's been an ongoing thing with Twitch in that I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. I don't know if they're just not investing in it, and which probably is the most likely scenario. But it really does feel like they just kind of were like, yeah, it's fine. Just leave it. Just leave it. They launched it. When did they do the relaunch? In 2019, when they changed these channel pages. And they redid their branding, and then they just kind of were like, yeah, let's just not make any other changes to it. Let's just get rid of it. No more changes. You know, it's a great intuitive user experience, having your following list be in a random order, not alphabetical, not by follower count. Yeah, exactly. Random and can't change it. Yep. And like there's, yeah. And again, it's people you follow. And then no sorting. You can't like type in to narrow it down on your follower list, like S. So then you only get people with S in their name. Nothing. As I said, it does really feel like a discount store launched product. And I'm not trying to be offensive or mean to the people who worked on it, the engineers, the software engineers who did work on it, who I know obviously worked hard on it. I'm not saying that to try to be super mean to those people, but overall, the leadership decisions continue to be bad at Twitch. I don't know what it is about Twitch specifically that their executive teams just cannot get things right. I don't know why, but they just seem to half-ass things and then go, well, we're going to put up a scheme and that'll trick them into doing something. So I don't know what else to say. Hi, Nate. Hi, Tucson Waffle. That's Twitch's MO. The more clicks, the better. We have to click on something. The profitability of people utilizing it goes down a lot. Yeah. Feels like they should have launched a new Twitch API, which they didn't touch for a good 2 to 3 years. True of most software shops, to be honest. I can see the purpose behind the change, but there's got to be a way to make the experience smoother. There has to be. There's just so much that you're running into in terms of overall conflict. But anyways, yeah. Any other updates here? Oh yeah, this is just a last minute breaking update. Twitch expanding smart detection to 13 more languages, including Arabic, Chinese, Dutch, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, and Turkish. Pardon me. Here's my horrible viewer badge. Yeah, that's pretty bad, Ellie. 3. We don't even acknowledge 3s here. Sorry. There's been a better way to find streamers to find the people you follow. Again, I don't think that the swiping feed itself is the wrong idea. I do think that there's something to be said about the TikTok experience. And the reason I say that is because everybody else is doing it. Instagram, with Reels and the chronological feed there, obviously TikTok and YouTube Shorts. So it's not to say that it's a bad idea, but there's nothing inspiring about it. It's like they said, hey, let's create a clone of this other platform, of these other platforms, but those other platforms designed content around the experience. Like they designed it to be an experience that matched the overall way in which you consume content. And so it's just the kind of thing of like, I think Anne put it together quite, or pointed out something rather on the nose about it.
Did your account get suspended fairly, but you want it overturned?
I'll fix it.
Are you unhappy with the rules and want them adjusted specifically for you?
I'll fix it.
Are you an employee in the middle
set
of
up your
answering
own
a
merch.
question about...
I'll fix it. Hi, I'm CEO John Delancey, and I fix things. No job too small, no task too basic. No one knows better than me, not even my employees. So if you have something you want to fix, I'll fix it. Call
Apex Wagons.
857-758-5055 and I'll fix it.
Jeez, baby bat. Did you mean that for this chat? This is the thing that I think is kind of one of those points of, oh yeah, there's a problem here. You have horizontal content in a vertical feed, and that's not inherently the problem, although it is a problem. But Anne pointed it out. They overlay the text to join the stream right there when you have all of this space and all of this space completely empty. And they put it over the video to say, join the stream with a tap. It's like, yeah. Apex Legends. I like the idea, but it needs polish and some better UI. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see what they do with it over time. Yeah, so there you go. Smart detection now rolled out to a bunch of other different languages. And then lastly here, we were expecting this launch to actually occur on August 1st, but I guess it got delayed by a little bit. The creator clubs have now officially launched. Two of them. 2 creator clubs. That's all that they plan to launch initially to get a sense for how it's actually going to run. And again, they announced this back at TwitchCon Rotterdam. It was kind of a quiet update saying that, hey, we're going to be launching these new creator clubs, which are effectively cousins to the Unity guilds. And they effectively should run roughly the same way, but rather than being tied to ethnicity or sex or gender, it's tied to content itself. So in this case, they've launched an IRL and a DJ creator club. Now, it's interesting. It's interesting in that they are operating in a single Discord. That they're splitting it, from my understanding, they're splitting it into the 2 categories. I wonder if they will continue to do that as they add additional clubs. I think that does make a lot of sense in order to keep everybody within one single Discord rather than having a whole bunch of different random Discords. And that makes it easier to communicate as well. So we'll read through this very, very quickly, but we generally know the what these actually are. Are the clubs like the guilds? Very similar. Yes, they are cousins to the guilds, in that they operate in roughly the same way, but tied to content rather than traits such as the Black community, Latin, LGBTQ, aka Pride, and the women's guilds. Cousins twice removed. Yes. Yeah. I know it says statues. I know. The Creator Club program is geared around helping streamers find communities around their shared interests. Our goal is to help connect. Why am I? Wow, what is going on with the stutter today? I literally don't know why I'm stuttering so hard today. Holy heck. The Creator Club's program is geared towards helping streamers find communities around their shared interests. Time for coffee, maybe. Our goal is to help connect like-minded creators in order to deepen their sense of belonging, help them access new shared audiences, and find new ways to succeed on Twitch together. So this very much is Harkening back to a previous time on Twitch when they launched communities, which was effectively the same kind of idea here, in that they had their own select groups. It ended up getting replaced by tags, but specific content types had their own communities, which also had some level of staff support, which kind of, made them very similar to the overall functioning of these. So it is really interesting to see how old is new again, and how so many of the current things that Twitch has been launching have been things that have launched from the past, including the statues, which again announced in 2017, 2018. I think I want to say 2018. And then nothing ended up happening with it. And then they've launched a new version of it now. It's really, really fascinating how 5-year-old ideas are now coming back to the platform as brand new ideas, which I guess is fine. But it does really go to show that Twitch had some really solid plans and ideas when they acquired Curse, all those kind of things, that had they just had a little bit more vision, a little bit more understanding of where they wanted to go, rather than it just being a free-for-all, create anything, do everything, try to do anything, and we'll figure everything out in the long run. They had a lot of opportunity to make something super streamlined that could have really been not having the issues that it currently has with finances. Getting rid of the predefined tags entirely was such a misstep. You stick around long enough, survive a wave of layoffs, and suddenly there's nobody to say no to your ideas anymore. I mean, maybe that's the case, Salty. Maybe that's the case. Clubs are inspired by Twitch's Unity guilds with some key differences. Like guilds, clubs will be open to both affiliates and partners. Unlike guilds, which are built around shared identities, clubs center on the creator's content type. For prospective members, we welcome channels and creators who stream actively and primarily in the club's category. Streamers must also be over the age of 18. Club members will have exclusive access to the dedicated Discord server managed by Twitch staff, where they can connect with other creators within their community. Twitch will organize club events, workshops, and solicit members' input for creator-led topics, events, and content. Clubs are designed to evolve so they can meet the needs of their members. We're launching 2 clubs to start, DJs and IRL. We'll add more clubs by the end of the year and beyond. Clubs will initially be available in English only, though all creators are eligible regardless of location. If you're interested in participating, please apply here. If selected, we will email you with information to get you started. By the way, I haven't really tweeted about this, but I've been wondering if I should do it just for the meme. When you apply, say I was the referrer. Say that I referred you, or you. They limit that, eh? Okay, yeah, they actually have those ones. I thought about tweeting it and just saying, hey, like, fill this out, saying that I referred you. I've already been. I would assume nothing ends up happening from it. I don't think that it increases your chances or decreases your chances, but maybe there's some sort of internal thing that I could potentially win. I don't know. I did. They banned me. Oh, okay, good. I wonder why the 18-year-old limit for club. What's going on in there? Yeah, well, hey, sometimes they may sign you up to join the military, is my guess. There will be military service required for anybody who's doing IRL. Frontline military service is required.
Yep, that's right. I'm an Apex weekend, and you are not. You bet a male. You see, I'm on the Apex Gwind, 24/7, and there's nothing stopping me. I have about over 10,000 kills on all the wedge ends. That means I'm good with Everything, and even the Mozambique. I have spent $46.30 on this game.
Mozambique.
You know what that means. I have every single whittle item in this game.
Yep.
And that also means I'm witch, and if you mess with me, I'll send a hitman after you and yo family. Don't mess with me, bud.
Hi, Miss L. How are you? Thank you, Arius. Thank you. I no longer do IRL as of right now. Hell yeah, you can. What is the membership eligibility criteria to join a club? We welcome applications from affiliates and partners. Applicants must be over the age of 18 and actively stream with the club's category. Why are creator clubs only available to streamers in the DJs and IRL categories? We're launching the program with 2 initial categories because they have active and growing communities that can benefit from networking and collaboration. The goal of creator clubs is to foster engagement within niche communities. Twitch staff will gather insight and work on expanding the program in additional categories and formats. All right. How does a creator club program differ from Unity guilds? Unlike Unity guilds, creator clubs are communities centered on the type of content they create. Clubs are currently open to affiliates and partners that stream within the DJs and IRL categories. See, the thing that I think is really fascinating about Twitch right now is you're seeing a solution created to a problem that has never been addressed about Twitch. And had it been addressed early on, again, that kind of vision that I'm talking about, they wouldn't be in as precarious a position as they are right now. And that is what happens when a stream isn't live. For the time being, and as it exists now, a stream that isn't live is a dead channel. There is nothing really that, I mean, for the most part, there's nothing really going on those channels. Some people have offline chats, but that's a rarity. But ultimately, what Twitch's big problem is that how do you end up encouraging collaboration? How do you end up building something that people do when they're not on Twitch? How do you end up getting people to want to watch other streamers that they may not know but are within their own category? And if like for most streamers, after you raid, you're done streaming for the day. You don't watch anymore. You check out, you go do whatever you have to do in your normal life. So the upside or the positive fact about this is that they are addressing it in some capacity. The problem is, the downside is, they're doing it off platform. So it's good. It's similar to like the partner discords and the Unity guilds, and the creator clubs are following in that same path of, hey, it's good that we're actually doing something to create some level of unity and foster some level of community among our creator class. But it's unfortunate that it's happening off platform rather than on. And again, there's nothing that I think that they can necessarily do now to kind of address that. I think that ship has sailed. But there historically was some projects that they had launched, some ideas that they had done to try to make pages more sticky, communities. They had Curse that they purchased. They had a desktop app that they evolved the Curse into. Like there was just a lot of interesting things that they have had in the past that could have played a bigger role in developing some level of non-live stickiness to build out channels in ways and interactivity in ways that wasn't exclusively tied to you being live or recently live. The desktop app, yes, yeah. Make your own, Dimitri. You do watch your own VODs back? Wait, what? Hi, Goof. Goof, how you doing? Normal life, what is the normal life thing? What do we do when the bodies after the creators have been clubbed? That is a goofy guy. Excuse you, emo. I'm good, man. Just working mad. Hell yeah. Are the Twitch clips messing up for anyone else? Baby Bat, yes. A lot of people have had a lot of problems with the clips in various capacities over the last number of days. If you're on mobile, yeah, there's definitely some issues with creating clips. And then if you're on desktop too, sometimes they just don't create. Kind of put you into a weird thing. I know that they're doing some level of updates to it to match the new clip creator with what's available behind the scenes. But anyways, there's some issues. I don't get why DJs. What are they going to do? Stream together. Good luck. So Ghost, I think the main reason why they would go for Goof Guy has a username, my bad. I think the main reason why they would go for DJs is twofold. One, you're probably right in that there's not a lot of things that you can necessarily do with DJs, but because they are launching this new DJ program, it does present a lot of potential insecurity of what happens next. There's going to be a lot of lacking of information. There's going to be a lot of questions. And so by having a club that kind of organizes people, I think it'll help address a lot of those things to try to unify messaging.
Just wanted to check in with some of your orders. You wanted us to kidnap all streamers who identify as DJs and hold them for ransom. We understand that. but we are curious why you asked for us to assassinate Baby Bat HF and Salty Wyvern. We're also trying to find that grass you want us to obtain so that you can touch it. We also don't understand why you want us to do
Not
any
true.
of that. Also, you said you're paying us in NFTs. Reply ASAP.
That last part is true. That last part is true. The middle one's not true though. Yeah. So that's why the DJs. Yeah, you can't inherently really use guest star for DJing. It doesn't work out that way. It won't match up. Same for like playing music. I know that was originally one of the things that Clancy had wanted to do with guest star, is to be able to make it so that you could collaborate musically, but unfortunately technology doesn't really work that way. There's too much latency from end to end that it just doesn't work out the way that they want that to. So also, one of my favorite concerts was Porter Robinson and Medion, where they were both DJing live. Could give opportunity for collabs, but on Twitch itself won't work. Yeah. Now that I'm a DJ, can I get an invite to the DJ Creator Club? You can apply. Say that I sent you. Fill out the form and say that I sent you. Maybe you can. But yeah. So that's why they would choose the DJs. The IRL section makes a lot of sense, I think. But ultimately, again, keep in mind, one of the key things of this is being able to offer education and potential opportunities to, whether it's sponsored opportunities or front page or whatever, they will be able to offer specific valuable things to creators who are part of those. I presume if they don't do that, well, then it'll be a little bit tougher. But yeah, there is a value prop that can be associated with these. I have the IRL and DJ role in the creator Discord. Hell yeah, T-Can. Hell yeah. Can I apply for membership to more than one? Yes. However, we encourage choosing a single club where you'll be able to be most active. That's the thing that they do have to worry about, is that if you end up like most Discords, you have 1,000 people there and no engagement, nobody talking, nobody interested in it. And from a perspective of it being your content, I mean, if you're a creator, it's already really hard to be active in more than 3, 4 Discords, 5 Discords, maybe. Any more than that, and it starts to slip. So and so if the opportunities, if the engagement, if the education isn't there to match, then people will tune out. I'm a streamer that resides inside the United States. I'm allowed to apply to join the creative clubs. They're available at all streamers as long as they meet the eligibility requirements. At launch, the clubs will only be available in English. Additional language support is planned. I almost think that, this is nothing against other languages, but I almost think, for the most part, I mean, you can invite additional people's language, but I think that for the most part, translation's gotten pretty good. It's getting pretty good, so I'm just saying. That may be very Englishist of me, but it is one of the languages that is significantly easier to translate out of into a different language. So, yeah. All right, those are all our updates. Those are all of our updates. Let's move on. Let's move on because we have more to do today. Sorry, I dropped my VIP lounge badge. You fail English? That's impossible. How dare you? Jesus Christ. What's with my chyrons today? Twitch CMO Mono Podcast. Okay. You need to tell me which panels I should go to at TwitchCon. I haven't looked yet. So once I do, then we will. How Twitch CMO. Can we get a dark mode here? Even though this is the brightest yellow ever. Yeah, didn't do much. Zach, please look. The VIP lounge door is open. Everyone go, go, go. Yeah. What am I looking at? Oh, did you update a thing? I don't see VIP lounge. We make Thursday TwitchCon schedule day. It may even be Wednesday. That is TwitchCon schedule day. In the midst of a booming, so this is Twitch's chief marketing officer. I don't know how long this actually is. This popped up in an email last night as I was going to bed, and I'm like, oh, fuck. Guess we're going to have to listen to that. And I will admit, I read through all of this. I did read through the takeaways here, the highlights of the conversation. So I know the highlights. I don't know all the middle parts. What about today? Today we're listening to this. Again, oh my God, it's an hour? Forget it. Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought it was like 20 minutes. For the amount of takeaways here, I was like, oh, yeah, this is going to be a 15-minute. It's going to take a week. Oh, no. Oh, no. Fuck, we can't skip it, though. We can't skip it. We can't skip it. This is literally the chief marketing officer. This is the person planning on how to figure out how we're going to grow this goddamn pie. Oh, God. All right, well, here we go. Strap in. Let's listen to Twitch CMO Rachel Delphine works to woo live stream creators in a fragmented digital marketplace.
Boring.
The theme of this year's...
The timing on me pressing play on that. You son of a bitch. I thought it was from this... Hey, God damn it. I thought they were doing... whatever. Oh, shit. Wow. Well timed. Well accidentally timed. Stream Together could never. Why do we call it Stream Together? It's guest star. What the fuck?
Mexico is prompting the future. And the 2024 edition of the industry event for digital marketing.
There's got to be a better
leaders
player than this. I can't... Who designed this player?
Tickets.
All right, I skipped ahead. Listen on Spotify, at least you can skip chapters. Oh, wait, is there a Spotify option? There is a Spotify option. Here we go.
The theme of this year's De Mexico is from across the world.
Oh, this is so much better already.
To share Mexico's with Twitch's CMO, Rachel Delphine. That'll be...
Oh, Delphine? Her name's Rachel Delphine? Oh, it's like dolphin. Well, I'm sticking with my pronunciation.
Later.
I don't care.
But before that,
I'm never going to remember dolphin.
We have invited back a voice that I'm sure many of our listeners are familiar with to discuss the news.
To be fair, Delphine would have an E on the end. Oh, man. Well, maybe we're just going to call her CMO Dolphin from now on. So much, whatever.
Of the week. Welcome
God
back to
damn
the
it.
pod, Tim Peterson.
Either Dolphin or
now
Delphine.
Executive editor of video and audio at Digiday Media.
Oh, Delphine.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so
Wait, who is that? Wait, who is this person? Who is that random person?
we have invited back a voice that I'm sure many of our listeners are familiar with to discuss the news of the week. Welcome back to the pod, Tim Peterson, now executive editor of video and audio at Digiday Media.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, Jesus. Random dude. Oh, okay. So that's good. That's good. That means that there's actually like a section at the end of this. So they'll like do the news and then they'll get into the podcast. Okay. Zach Dolphin, when collab with marketing porpoises.
All right. So the past few podcasts, we've been largely talking about
Skip.
Sunday, I had the opportunity to kind of just sit on the couch for a while. And so then
Skip.
you've been
Yeah, I imagine it's because the occasional country has its own.
on Peacock as an average.
Wondering.
It's like, what?
Oh, thank God, guys. Oh, thank
feeds,
God.
What's going on there?
There's more opportunity to stream sports.
$43 a month for all of these services because at the end,
Just the scale.
your PLC CEO outside of the world.
And so if Twitch isn't
Oh.
basically like,
Because I think
parts of the businesses to turn. That's because of the erosion of their traditional print business, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it is.
Rachel
like we were
Dolphin is
talking
a
about
real
with streaming
catch.
sports, just
I know she's been swimming through my...
everything
Jesus
is,
Christ.
all of the legacy parts of media are now becoming digital. It was like inevitable. Everyone forecasted this for a long
Is it cool
time.
if I go to the
but,
VIP?
you know,
What
we're
is this
seeing it
VIP?
now at
Why doesn't
kind
it
of
show me VIP Lounge? How come I don't see it? Refresh. Oh, okay. Now I see it. Oh, what the hell? Hi, Mob Lord. I don't know why that just loaded now, but that's okay. It is what it is. Oh, yeah. Good VIP Lounge. Okay. I'm okay with that one. Okay. Back to this.
highest ends or like the biggest ends or the hardest, parts of the businesses to turn into digital.
Yeah. So I'm very curious to see how, IAC, like Dotdash Meredith and the New York Times, how they report tomorrow, Wednesday. And then, BuzzFeed, I'm very curious about on Monday, the 12th. So yeah, lots to follow there. And then the last, I think this is more of our segue into this week's episode.
Here we go. Here we go.
To talk about Twitch, because I think they've also, as a platform, been undergoing some changes, and
that's putting it lightly. Sure.
some in response to not so great things.
Sure.
Like
It's not like torture. It's not like torture.
lack of profitability as
Yes.
one of those things. But yeah, what have you been hearing on the Twitch side of the world?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing that landed this past week was this big Wall Street Journal story on Twitch.
No, there's no speed controls. I don't have speed controls, unfortunately.
In which at some point, there are some employees, anonymous employees, but worrying about Twitch becoming a zombie brand. Basically, like,
You have the Spotify app? Yes. But I can't show it on screen. I guess that's okay if I don't show it on screen. I can just handle it here. Search for Rachel Delphine. Delphine. There you go. I got it. How fast in do I go? 21:18.
The theme of this year's De Mexico is prompting the future. And what have you been hearing on?
Okay. Oh, I do have speeds. Here we go. 1.4.
The Twitch side of the world?
yeah, I mean, the technically existing, still part of Amazon, but not really being invested in and kind of just left to maybe not be around anymore or to kind of wither away because it hasn't contributed to Amazon's profit margins, for one thing.
Okay.
And I think like every part of every business
It'll dox your real name of Zach Bussey. No, it'll dox my real name. Yeah.
that isn't generating a profit, well, at least for the tech companies, is probably getting more heavily scrutinized these days because of all the money that's going towards AI. Like that was a big thing that's come up during all of these earnings calls, is just the money being spent on AI. And so if Twitch isn't generating money, it's actually like taking money away from the company in terms of profit loss.
Sure.
Then that's taking away money that could be spent on AI. And so there's going to be more scrutiny going to Twitch. But
Is that the worst thing? Is that the worst thing?
not only has it not been profitable, but new user growth and current user engagement are reportedly slowing.
Mhm.
The amount of money that like the people who donate to Twitch streamers and all of that,
Mhm.
they're not spending as much money there.
Mhm.
And then there was also a report by Stream Charts that was released this week that showed that like watch hours for Twitch fell from 5.5 billion hours watched in the second quarter of 2023 to 4.8 billion in the second quarter of 2024. Whereas like YouTube's live streaming and then Kick, which is like a newer, definitely smaller, but that's very much a Twitch rival, they've seen growth in watch time. YouTube obviously is helped by being part of the broader YouTube, but
Okay.
still it's hasn't been a great time for Twitch for the past, couple years really.
Right, because I feel like if it weren't for Kick and YouTube,
It is kind of weird that this does just feel like a normal chat. It does kind of feel weird. I've had a lot of people complain to me, by the way, about my own streams and that I often talk very, very fast. And so the people will speed up my VOD. Or sorry, they won't speed up my VOD when I'm talking, but they do want to speed it up when I'm watching something or listening to something. And they can't because if they speed it up too much, then I'm talking too fast. And so there's been a lot of, not a lot, but there's been some people who've complained saying that you need to speed up the things that you listen to so that I don't have to speed you up and the thing that you're supposed to speed up. So Yeah, we're kind of learning that here together right now.
Growth, like you could almost write it off as like, all right, maybe like, attention span has just kind of dropped off for users, or even, coming out of our pandemic years.
Yeah, okay, this is the more correct one.
People are spending less time watching live stream content, on social platforms in general, but it doesn't seem like it's, a macro kind of user behavior trend, but more of maybe a platform issue. So it'll be interesting to see how they...
Right. Well, and it could even be something of like a platform-induced issue. Like TubeFilter reported on that watch hour, change. And one thing that TubeFilter kind of tied it to is Twitch. You made this change, I believe it was earlier this year, to allow people streaming on Twitch to simulcast to YouTube and Kick and elsewhere. And so if you're making it easier for people to watch a stream off of Twitch, people are going to watch the stream off of Twitch. There can be...
See, okay, I think that there's some element of that is true in terms of the drop in the overall dominance of Twitch, but most people are still watching and choosing to watch live content on Twitch. It still remains the better experience in most cases. There's a couple of cases where it's not. If you're a yapper, if you're somebody who talks a lot, then being able to watch on YouTube does have its benefits. And one of the significant benefits is the ability to pause and to then play at a faster speed to catch up. So Twitch in and of itself for gaming is great. It's unchallenged. It's unchallenged really. But for non-gaming content, I do start to see the benefits as I've been spending more time, and I've been spending more and more time on YouTube live streams in the last little while. It definitely, there is a benefit there of being able to pause and do playback, catch up playback. That is a pretty valuable one, especially when the streamer runs ads on YouTube and the video pauses, or you can choose to pause the video and then it you join in where you left off. That's a way better experience than ads that interrupt and you don't have any ability to go backwards, rewind, pause. You have to then create a clip, but then the clip's not long enough sometimes for the ads. It's it does create an interesting predicament there where you do start to see the differences in terms of the experience. So, but that said, that shouldn't necessarily result in the overall drop of Twitch. It just changes the overall consumption of very, very select content. It's bullshit. Dan will fix it. Yeah.
Very good reasons why they would want to watch it on Twitch. And it's nice of Twitch to kind of take the meritocratic stance of, yeah, we'll allow this competition because we think our platform will be a better viewing experience, but it may not be helping Twitch make that argument.
Yeah, 'cause even like a few YouTubers I've watched.
Again, it's such a minor issue. It is a minor issue to say, oh, well, it's because they allow multi-streaming that's why Twitch is losing viewership. Without ever mentioning, and this is what I read that TubeFilter article, by the way. TubeFilter Twitch. I read this article, and it's a kind of thing of like, here, I'll just show you. There's no mention of ads in this article. They don't mention ads once. It's a long article. Let me tell you, ads probably has a bigger impact than people think. Anyways. Hi, Maddie. How you doing? How are you? Like say it was a minor issue.
Have recently talked about possibly starting to stream on Twitch, but because of the YouTube link back to their like main audience.
Just managing?
So it'll be
Canada.
interesting to see, if more creators from YouTube join, but if their audiences just stay firmly planted on YouTube also. Maybe the one positive thing going for Twitch and
Play on X's CEO. Yeah, true.
other, video-based social platforms is how AI hasn't yet seemed to really rattle the content creation there. You just did a story last week about video creators being very kind of reticent to use generative AI from a video creation standpoint. I guess, do you think that could possibly...
What is involved in having a monetized channel pay to enter site on Twitch? Hi, Gary. What is involved in having a monetized channel pay to enter site on Twitch? I'm not sure I understand your question exactly. Can Can you reword it? And I'll try to answer. Zach doesn't really control the stream. We all know Baby Bat and Monica are pulling the strings. We need to kill that koala. There will be no deaths of any koalas or other animals here, bats or otherwise.
I don't know, have a positive impact on long form video creation or the platforms, or what's the kind of takeaway from that?
Yeah, I mean, I think for the creators, it's more like they are using generative AI as part of like pre-production, so like helping with research or helping with storyboards or thumbnail.
I would like to have a pay to enter the site. Oh, so you want to do like sub-only streams. So Gary, if you are a monetized creator, then you can set your streams to be sub-only, meaning that people do have to pay the $6 per month in America or local equivalent of a sub in order to watch the content. That is the only way that you can set it to kind of like pay to access. There's no other way to do so. I always find it interesting. Maybe I don't find it interesting. I always find it intriguing. No, not even intriguing. I always find it... Maybe I don't find it anything. It's always notable. It stands out to me when people who probably don't have any idea about the streaming space talk confidently about the streaming space. And I think that maybe just happens everywhere. I think that maybe that's just how people operate, is that people just speak confidently from their chest, even if they don't know and people believe them. Like, again, I don't know who the hell this guy is. He's probably somebody important. He's somewhat connected in with whatever he's talking about, and that he knows the words and terminology here. But it's just like listening to people talk who don't know. I just go, well, I don't know. Like, I just want to listen to him again.
The kind of takeaway from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think for the creators, it's more like they are using...
Because he's talking about AI and how streaming Twitch creators are using AI for some of their pre-production, and I'm just like, no, they aren't. No. Most streamers don't have much of a plan walking into their stream. They're just like, all right, hi, spooky little spirit. How are you doing? Hi, Paul. Welcome in, spirit. Most streamers that I know of just kind of go, all right, here's what I'm going to play today, and we're just going to do that and hope for the best. Most streamers probably not actively using things like ChatGPT or Stable Diffusion or most of the things related to AI. I use AI for the ads that I make as part of the creative process here in terms of bringing something to life that I obviously could not do on my own. But it's not as wide as people think. The belief that AI has dramatically changed content creator flows and TikTok production and how people operate, I think is way overstated. I think that some people have tried to do it, but I think that the results end up being so normie and so uncreative and so uninspired that most creative people go, all right, well, at least it gave me some ideas, but I'm just going to do my own thing now. I don't think it's as much. Most people don't use Stable Diffusion. Okay, fair enough. I'm thinking Mid-Journey anyways, so yeah. But yeah, it's just the kind of thing, if I don't necessarily know, yeah, I mean, some people, but it's just not, it's why I think that the AI thing is a bubble, and that I don't think it's sustainable, because I don't think as many people are using AI the way that people think that people everywhere are using AI.
Generative AI as part of like pre-production, so like helping with research or helping with storyboards or thumbnail ideas. But
whatever.
Green was one of the creators that I spoke to, and he was saying his company has a policy where generative AI can't be in the final video. So ChatGPT can't be part of the script, like the actual script in the video. They can't have Mid-Journey images in the thumbnails. Not everyone is taking such like a hard and fast.
AI is great for solving writer's block. I will agree with you on that one. Just ask ChatGPT, read the output, it becomes so angry at the blind bullshit it gives you that you immediately write 5 pages of better copy. So I actually think I fully agree with you on that one, Salty. Even though you're making a joke, I actually think that ChatGPT is best as a creative prompt in terms of being like, okay, give me some ideas, and then you'll look, and you're exactly right. You'll look at them and be like, okay, those are kind of boring and bland, but there's a tinge of an idea associated with that one that I can work with. I've at least found that to be the case for myself. Students are learning how to use AI, so maybe we aren't using it as much, but the younger gen is literally using it to bypass learning. Yeah, that's also scary. That's also scary. One of the like the long-term theory, like not long-term theories. One of the things that is fun to think about. I don't know if it's granted any reality, but it's fun to think about. Is that for a long period of time, and I guess there's still some debate today. The discussion on how they built or the knowledge and how they built the pyramids and stuff back then has been lost. And there's been a lot of discussion since then to be like, well, how did they actually do it? And so the idea that we're bypassing learning is a scary thought in the sense of, oh, if we take this out a generation or two and anything happens that disconnects us from the AI genius machine, immediately means that no one knows how to maintain the things that actually make this stuff work. Whether it's the basic stuff like elevators or whatever, or pipes or all the things that are kind of like standard. If anything goes wrong, you lose. And we already experienced that today in terms of right now, it's like craftsmanship. So if you want to get something like leather working and stuff like that, like a lot of those skills are just falling behind. Like people aren't actively doing them because we don't have a need because we've automated the process. And so I do find it an interesting kind of thing to think about in the future of, oh, if we're just continuing to get rid of anybody's expertise in anything that is difficult and skillful, and we just and we go for something as basic as knowledge and learning, oof. At a certain point, that's going to get to a bad spot. So kids want AI to think for them. It's very scary, and one of the reasons I left teaching. Fair. Does it scare you that hypothetically at some point AI version of yourself in 20 years, not you direct?
Membership.
This should have what? This should never have expired? Who did it? Maddie. Is that fourth wall? No, it's all good, Maddie. I just didn't know that had sound effects. I didn't know that I had a sound effect attached to that one. Huh. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Maddie. Thank you. You don't apologize. Absolutely. What are you, crazy? Does it scare you that hypothetically at some point an AI version of yourself in 20 years, not you directly, but what you do could be streaming the news about online content? Does that worry you, or does that even make sense? I don't think that it necessarily worries me. No. I don't think that does scare me. In fact, it's something that I think I would like to lean into in terms of one of the things that I personally struggle with is as I've argued in the past, is being like, where I think the value of AI isn't in replacing people's creativity and all those kind of like artwork and stuff. I think that's an unfortunate development that I side with artists in the sense of artists still have value in terms of creating something real. I think that there is some value in throwaway stuff as it relates to AI. I know I'm going to get a bad reputation. I already have it in the past, but it is what it is. So I do think that there's some level of balance to be had there. But in terms of actual use as a creator, if you're able to take control of an AI that you train yourself on your own work, on your own skills, on your own talent, on your own knowledge, on your own creativity and how you create, it can act as a force multiplier to make it better, easier, more effective ways for you to create the things that you want to create for the people. So an example of that for me would be, I would love if I was able to create a version of myself that could take this stream and reasonably recreate it, translate it, or ideally live, and be able to make it available in different languages. And that would mean not just taking my voice and matching my face or whatever to create an avatar that does that, but also in terms of how I respond and the things that I'm looking at would translate that as well. Like, I think that there is something great there that can really open up, again, something that you're kind of having yourself to ultimately make it easier for you to access more people and make something better for more people if you provide a service that's valuable of your own direction. So the idea of it being, hi, Lady May. The vast majority of things that streamers do is so cringe. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. AI Zach Bussey will be the Twitch CEO in 16 weeks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So excited about Fourth Wall? Hell yeah. 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 Anyways, I do think that in the future, because again, I'm not getting any younger. None of us are, but I don't inherently believe that, or I don't believe that that well, again, as long as the streaming space will still have me and there's still value, I think I'd like to continue to do this. Well, force multiply the cringe. I would like to still do this, but I do recognize that as you get older, life doesn't always give you as much free time as you would like, and I'm experiencing that now. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. No, it doesn't scare me. It does not scare me. It does scare me for people who are trying to figure themselves out. I think that will be difficult. Like, to think that I had an opportunity to figure out my voice and how my ability to write, without the use of AI or proofreaders or tools like, I'm forgetting the name of the tool that I now use to help edit my work. Anyways, Hemingway. I do think that there's a lot of value in noticing that. And I've noticed that if I don't have like autocorrect and stuff like that, I do forget how to spell some words. There's some words that I type out and I go, that doesn't look right. And I'm like, well, how do I type it? And then I have to right click and go, oh, that's what it is. That part does, again, that's way more of a thing similar to like, oh, well, that my parents would tell me back in the day when I was typing things on a computer that I'm sure they maybe heard at some point in terms of a typewriter or whatever. Oh, you're going to forget it. You're going to lose your ability to write. But yeah. Yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. Deeper overall thought here in terms of the future. But no, I tend to believe that the future is different. It will naturally be different. And the ways in which that technology evolves will probably also be different. And how you approach that technology will probably determine whether or not you succeed or not. Again, there's no need for, this is going to sound weird, but like there's no need to have books because you can get a digital book, right? There's no necessarily need to have custom-made clothing, but people still buy custom-made clothing. Like, it doesn't mean that those things that are old or the traditional way of doing it lose value. In fact, they gain value because they become more special, more unique, more something of value that you put into the overall effort that goes into it. Custom furniture, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, anyways, yeah. No ad. I'm just trying to listen to a dolphin. I'm so sorry, Snapping Ryan. Sorry, this is a deep conversation. You're not going to carry a calculator everywhere you go. Yeah, true. Exactly. Rest has one single connected public telephone. It's ringing off the hook as people call it. Wait, what? Yeah. And buy Zach's book. He just wrote it. I have not written any books yet. Not yet, but I'd like to at some point. It would be a you could buy it on, you don't have to buy a physical book.
Approach to it, but in general, like their big
We haven't even started listening to the interview. Oh no.
If it's an AI generated video, then I'm losing that connection with my audience. And then also like
I want a physical book. Again, I have a typewriter. I like my typewriter. There's no need for it. There's no real need. It's purely for the entertainment of, or not the entertainment. There's just something special about typing something up with a typewriter that feels unique. So it still has value to me. but it's not necessarily something that you have to use every single day for the mass for mass markets. But there's still value there. Novelty for sure.
It's like very much a return to the mean of it's just it's like talking to the most generic person in the world. And so if you apply that to video, why would you watch the most generic person in the world? I'm sure there's some people who would be super interested in that, but
Physical books are way better for memory recollection. That may be true, Salty, but where do podcasts stand in there?
Also, like during VidCon, talked to a bunch of the attendees there. So like teens and 20-somethings asking them how they felt about creators using generative AI.
It's not talking about Twitch.
And so it's not also just seems like people aren't super interested in acting or interacting with like AI avatars. Like
nobody
Meta
is.
just
Not
announced
yet.
like they're ending that
Skip.
AI chatbot in the response.
Going forward for now. But all that to say, getting into this week's interview, Kimiko spoke with Rachel Delphin, who is the CMO of Twitch, about the platform strategy for
Delphine
increasing
or
the pool of
Dolphin?
creator talent
Big
and
one.
how Twitch is helping creators monetize their channels by attracting more advertising dollars, among other revenue streams like subscriptions and tipping, which, to your point, Tim, has been a little soft as of late. So we will let Kimiko get into that interview with Rachel. And thank you again, Tim, for joining us on the Digiday podcast.
Yeah,
again.
thanks, Tim. Thanks for nothing. Move on, Tim. Enough of you. Here we go. Here we
Hi,
go.
Rachel, and welcome to the show. So glad to have you. How are you?
I'm doing.
Oh, it's a completely different person. Okay. And they're using technology from the 1990s. Fantastic. It's a phone call. It's a Zoom call with bad mics. Great.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. Nice to meet you.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is going to be a very fun.
Okay, it's actually not as bad as I thought it was from that first sound. It's actually a little bit better. Okay. All right, I stand down. I'm going to slow it down a little bit.
Conversation. One of my favorite topics is the creator economy, which you guys at Twitch are heavily steeped in. So excited to chat with you today. But I always start my conversations with a fun question. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay.
You guys hear it, by the way?
We're a streamer. What would your live stream be?
I think about this all the time. So one, I think I have varied interests. I think cooking, one, because it's like a kind of naturally sort of long format. There's
a huge raid.
Gun.
A new follower.
Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How was your stream?
Follower.
Dash or Daisy? Gun. We call her Guns? All right, I'll go with Guns. Guns is easy. Oh, yeah, I see it in the thing there. Hi, I'm Guns. DJ producer from London. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Welcome in. How are you? How was your stream? How was your stream? How's the DJ life going? Incoming? It's already here. Already here, Rudy. You're a little late.
Follower.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Coming in from Guns Stream. Where did you see that?
A new
You make no
follower.
music? I make no music. I'm so sorry, Anomson. I do not make music. I am not a music maker, unfortunately. DJ Life is Sweet? Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to everybody coming in from Gunstream. My name is Zach. I talk about the streaming creator space on Twitch, finances, economics. It does sound boring as I describe it every single time, but I swear this is actually a little bit better than just that. Zach, you liar? You made music? Oh, I did make music. Technically, I didn't, though, make music. I didn't really make music. Seasons change. Zach Bussey. I didn't really make music. Hi, Moonworm. I didn't really. Hi, Rasmus. How was your stream? I hope your stream went really well. And thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Just when I was about to forget this song, you can never forget it. You can never forget it. Impossible. Hi, Wakeless. How are you doing? I'm playing Baby Bat. DJ Life is Sweet? Heck yeah. It was quite chill already, which normally isn't. Ooh. Wait, what? That's quite a name. Chatters. I'm not reading the rest of that. Hi, Moonworm. How are you doing? Another DJ. Wait, Gun, do you have the badge? Are you badged up? I just wet myself. I agree, I would hardly call this music. Never give up on your music dreams. The new DJ badge. The new DJ badge.
My name is
You do have it. We're ignoring that. We're ignoring that. All right, stop this. Stop this. Got a badge up. Absolutely. Yeah, she joined the DJ program. Heck yeah. Side note, at any point in the future, just now I'm going to if you are a DJ, I want to help figure out how much the overall cut of DJs' earnings are going towards the music industry. So if at any point in the future, anonymously, privately, behind the scenes in a DM, you want to share your overall revenue in terms of how much is actually taken or reimbursed by Twitch through their program, the more data points, the better. The more data points, the better. So yeah, no one knows still. Yeah, not yet. Bashy, hi Bashy, how are you? Welcome in. Anyways, we are currently listening to a podcast with the Chief Marketing Officer at Twitch. Go DJ. That's my DJ. We're currently listening to a podcast with the Chief Marketing Officer at Twitch, and so we're getting some. Please no porn. Please no porn. Please no. Okay, we're good. We're getting some insight into, and it just started, so you arrived in time. We're just insight into how they're actually marketing Twitch to the wider world, and in hopes of attracting new people to the platform and kind of marketing the overall platform to the general public to try to get more viewers. So it should be kind of interesting. We know the subsidy reduces by 8.33. That much we do know, yeah. Do you have any idea how much it will be? Have you heard any rumors? I've heard some rumors, Guns, but they're not very good rumors is what I would say. I've heard a couple different numbers that it ranges between 15 to 35% is the range that I have heard. I don't know whether or not that is true, and I don't know which way it leans, closer to the 35 or closer to the 15. But I'm operating in that range at the moment. We'll have to wait and see what it actually is. It's a wide range, yeah. I would like to think that it's on the lower side of things, just from the practical point of view of if it's anything, because keep in mind, if it's split, then it has to be somewhere underneath that. It has to be below 10. So okay, let me actually explain it just a little bit more here. If it is 15%, a shared split of 15% between Twitch and creators would make it 7.5% to creators. If it's 35%, that would make it 17.5% towards creators and 17.5% for Twitch. So again, don't know necessarily where it sits within that range, but that's the overall range that I've heard goes to the industry at this point. I don't think it could be any higher than that. I just don't think that it could be any higher than that. But anyways, we'll see. Anyways, let's continue listening in to Rachel Delphine here talking about Twitch.
Right, you're preparing.
She is the question that she was just asked was, if you were a streamer, what would you stream? How do we know if Twitch is actually giving this money to labels, though? Legally, they have to. In a year after the subsidy is over, Twitch still pays 50%? Yes, correct, Singletary, yes. Twitch splits that cost with creators. So, okay, just to make it super easy here. This is in the other chat. If the split to the music industry is 30%, and let's say overall you make 30% goes to the industry, okay, and you make $100 every single month for 12 months. In that first month, your overall cost would be $30. Your share, this would be the user side, and this will be Twitch side. Okay? Your share of that would be $15. And to them, Twitch's cut would be $15. Now, because they're absorbing the entire part, you would pay nothing. Twitch would pay $30. If we skip ahead to 6 months in, and you make $100, and you get 15, Again, it's still the same amount because we're assuming that you make the same amount of money every single month. Because the amount that is covered by Twitch is half, you would have to pay $7.50. Twitch would pay $22.50. Still equals $30, that 30%, but that's the overall part that Twitch is covering. 12 months later, you're covering the 15, they're covering the 15 to make that 30%. So Twitch is always going to be splitting the cost with you or with creators. So there is a cost that is being associated to Twitch regardless. It's just whether they can't, at least this is their argument, they can't afford to eat the entire amount. And so they have to split some of that with creators. So if that amount is 30%, that's what it looks like. If it is 15%, then you can see that how this goes a little bit different. It would only be $7.50 if you made $100. So it's why it is relatively important to try to figure out how much the split actually is, so that creators can actually kind of wrap their finances around it to understand, oh, okay, I made $1,000 this month. My take home, if I make $1,000 every single month, my take home will be $700 or would be X amount of dollars later on because of the overall split. And as that subsidy drops month over month, you can factor that in to go, okay, 1 year from now, if I'm still making $1,000, I'm actually making $850 a month if it's 30%. That's really important for creators to be on top of their overall finances, to understand what the fees are and where the money is going. So, and keep in mind, through all of this, it's only money that you make on Twitch. There are many ways that you can make money as a creator that allow you to make money while you are streaming on Twitch that may not be within the purview of Twitch's hands reaching into the pockets to then give the money to the music industry. So there's other ways that creators can make money as well, which I do think is an important thing. How? Please help. I'll just say one of the platforms that I have a partnership with is Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall offers a lot of functionality for creators. This hashtag ad, by the way. But they have a whole bunch of different ways in which you can make money, including memberships that you have the ability to gift members. Somebody actually just subscribed to my memberships today. You can gift memberships to the chat, and you can offer different perks and various functionality, and you get a 95% cut. So it's integrated with merch. It's integrated with your own app. So you can have your own ways to... Yeah, you're on Patreon? Perfect. So Patreon is a competitor to Fourth Wall, but the idea is essentially the same. There's other ways in which you can use off-platform monetization on Twitch. The one thing I'll say about Fourth Wall that Patreon doesn't have, you can do live gifting. So like you could sit here... So the same way that you can gift a sub to somebody in chat, you can gift a Fourth Wall membership to your Fourth Wall directly through Fourth Wall's functionality, which you cannot do with Patreon. They do not have that functionality at this point. So there's some designs of Fourth Wall's offering that are specifically catered to live streaming creators that I think offer a lot of value that people don't inherently know. So and again, a higher split too, because Patreon is 90% versus 95%. But if you're on Patreon, keep it up. Keep it up.
A new follower.
Patreon is good too. Again, from my perspective, ultimately, any way that creators can diversify their overall revenue, I think that's a positive thing to do. I'm surprised that they don't have that on Patreon. Yeah, Patreon kind of got complacent for a while there, and they didn't develop things, and they kind of just rested on their laurels and like, yeah, we're doing fine. We don't have to do all these updates. So that's kind of how it actually worked out. I thought you could do random giveaways. You can, Catherine. Yep. You can kind of do both. There's a bunch of different ways in which you can actually employ it. So yeah. Okay, let's get back into this. Let's get back into this this podcast.
What would your live stream be?
I think about this all the time. So one, I think I have varied interests. I think cooking.
Patreon became a household name and stopped innovating. Yep. And that happens a lot. That does happen a lot. Jersta, Luna, and ZJ. Thanks so much for the follows. I appreciate it, guys. Welcome to the stream.
Because it's like a kind of naturally sort of long format. There's lulls, right? You're preparing, you're mixing, you're baking. I think that actually lends itself to live streaming pretty well. I also have thought about doing like an advice hotline of like ask your mom kind of thing, where it's like just call, chat your problems, your roommates, your finances, whatever. So I can use my wisdom, not age, but wisdom to give people advice. And then I think I also always play with the idea of doing like a travel show, sharing where I am, what I eat, and bringing people along.
Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. I see.
I love as
Why doesn't she do any of those? She should do one of them. Rachel Delphine, get into streaming. Don't think about it. Do it. Get down on the ground and start creating some content. I want to see it. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Millennial that grew up with the radio.
Don't be afraid. You can do it. I won't even watch it on stream.
The idea of bringing back the hotline calls.
I know. I was like a Delilah After Dark and those sort of like, all those calls.
Hi, Gabs. What did you miss? We gave the secret on how to actually make $1 million on Twitch within 3 to 4 months. I think the VOD may have been corrupted though, so I don't know if you'll be able to go back and listen to it. So unlucky. Hi, Gabs.
Right? Of like, help me solve this problem. It's so awkward. So I don't know. You could be a guest on my show if and when this thing actually kicks off.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't spoil, Salty. Don't spoil.
Given that you've thought long and hard about this, have you ever thought about what your handle would be?
I love that the biggest encouragement I can give her is promising not to watch her. I mean, that's not the... I mean, it kind of... whatever.
Well, I have a handle because I'm a pretty regular Twitch user. So this is like so cheesy. I'm embarrassed, but I should have been more prepared. My handle is super boring.
Oh, wait, is it actually super boring? Or is she saying it's super boring?
And that it's literally super boring. But every time I tell people that, they're like, no, I'm sure it's fine. Just tell me what it is.
I muted? I didn't mute.
Oh, that is it. It is actually
I love
super
that.
boring.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah. Thank you. That feels like a real compliment. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Wait, is it actually super boring? Doesn't have a staff badge. I call it later. Super boring, maybe? Wet Myself Remix. Baby Bet. Zach, Zaki, can you me send $1? Anomson, I don't have $1 to send. Super boring. Twitch, super boring. Rachel. Delphine. All right. Well, I don't know what it is. She really trying to steal streamer Valerie? Maybe.
Okay. Let's get into the juicy scoop here. Obviously,
Ooh, the juicy scoop.
Just mentioned, you guys are steeped in the creator economy. So the first serious question that I want to ask you is for you to talk to me a little bit about Twitch's role in the creator economy. How is the platform adapting to some really major shifts and changes in the marketplace?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just a bit of history first. I think Twitch started in 2011. So it's been quite some time, right, since we've been operating as a service. And interestingly,
Is it a service or a platform? Which one are we now? I use the platform. My username is super boring. Yeah. Is it? I'm gonna pull some magic. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't pull some magic. No, I'm not gonna pull some magic.
We actually started our first sort of monetization features with the partner program in 2011. So it really has been baked in, this idea. You say economy, and so I obviously think money. And so we started that relationship with creators really, really early. And we understood, I think at the beginning, that in order to make this sustainable and saw an opportunity, right, for people to really invest their time, not only their time, but also like, build careers and followings and be able to.
Oh, I need to set. I gotta do that thing. Pull some magic. What is the pin message? I don't know what the pin message is. I have no idea. I can't even see it. Hi, Lord Blackheart. Yeah. Oh. Oh, right. That's why I read that. Okay, yeah. Okay, I read that. I did read that. I did actually see that.
Do that full time. And in order to do that full time, you've got to be able to generate some income. And so I think we play a pretty fundamental role. And Twitch was really early on, I think, too, in ideas like channel subscriptions, paid ones on subscriptions on our service is a paid service. And then these sort of like microtransactions or sort of like what we call bits and sort of celebration in the moment. So, something cool happens on stream, or it's a birthday, or you just want to sort of recognize the streamer and show your support and patronage. So we have also this currency called bits, right? So
it's not a currency. You can't say that. You can't call it a currency. Aw, shit. Get her, FTC. You can't call it that. You can't call it that.
For more in the moment donations, subscriptions.
It's not a donation either. You can't say that either. It's not a donation. It is a tip. Technically speaking, donation is an okay word. You can actually use it. If Bitcoin is a currency, bits most definitely are. Bitcoin is not a currency, Salty. Bitcoin is a commodity. XRP, that is a currency, though. And it will be the future currency that replaces the once the unwashed is washed. Don't worry, it's not our area of expertise. Yeah.
Thing that you obviously pay for on a monthly basis, and it accrues you some benefit, status in the community, sort of recognition, as well as, of course, advertising, right? So having a really robust set of tools to make sure that streamers have lots of opportunities to earn. I
do find it, again, it's one of those small things that maybe she's just trying to make it easier to explain to an audience that doesn't necessarily know. But then who's this for? I guess it's for marketing people. It's DigiDay after all. But like Twitch really went out of their way to explicitly say that like bits is not a currency. It's not a currency. It's a fun way to cheer. You can support creators by cheering, but it's not a currency. Bits don't have a value. Oh, man. It's kind of intriguing.
Certainly, right, the role that we play in our own sort of creator economy. And those things are changing and growing. So one of the areas that we're becoming more invested in is like, there's the money you make on Twitch, right? And we pay out, I think, over $1 billion a year directly, right, to creators.
Right.
And then,
well, we know that for sure, yeah.
There's the money, of course, that a lot of streamers make as part of sponsorships and brand deals through us, as well as obviously, through their agencies or independent. And so we'd love to bring the idea of sponsorships to more people. And so we've actually started, and we piloted last year, how do you bring more sponsors to more people? Because, that tends to accrue right to the largest streamers on our service. And so, we're playing with things like channel skins and being able to offer brands the ability to offer subscription discounts, right?
Let me cut through the marketing speak on this one. Creators are earning a lot of money. Asmongold Gold and S-Fan and Miskiff, they're earning a lot of money on our platform that we don't get to touch. And that makes us angry because we deserve some of that fucking money. We want some of that money. So we're going to try to make it so that it makes more sense that we can take 50% of, or whatever percentage that we can get in order to get those creators the exact same programs that they wouldn't get otherwise, but for significantly less. And this is the positive part, we are going to give it to some smaller creators who probably would not be able to get this on their own. That part is a good one. That part I do like. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to play out the way that they actually hope, because every single agency that exists that manages a large roster of creators has the exact same issue, in that scale is great in theory, but when brands want to work with a creator, they want to work with the biggest creator they can get. And when you try to diversify it too much, people get a little overwhelmed. They go, no, we don't want all that. Nomson, thank you very much for the sub. Anna Phillip, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. Brand new one. Love to stop this whole agency thing? Yes, exactly that, Salty. So that is that is me decoding the actual reality of why they want to do this. The problem is that it's the same, as I said, it's the same thing they already struggle with in that space. The economics of it just don't really match up the way that they would like to. You can't, again, sponsorships are no different than the bounty board, but the bounty board is being retired in place of sponsorships, but it's effectively the exact same thing that they're consuming.
Other sort of like commerce discounts on our service. We just started piloting it, but we're expanding it. So the idea is,
Just start, but okay, whatever.
How do we put more money?
I'm grasping at straws here in order to, or I'm not grasping at straws. I'm being a little bit too specific in terms of my critique here.
Into the hands of creators. And really help brands as well, I think, work with creators in authentic ways. You speak of the way that the economy is changing, and streamers are brands. Streamers is what we call our content creators, but they are brands, right? And so you really have to approach it from a brand partnership perspective, right? It's not I think, pure product placement in a lot of cases. It's not necessarily like, hey, hire or contract this person to help promote your brand or your service or your destination, whatever it is. How do you work with that person? Because they have a brand too, right?
So the best way to work with somebody in an organic fashion is to have their entire stream plastered in ads. I'm sorry. It's a funny approach. It's a funny approach that Channel Skins is trying to be the organic way to actually work with. Again, I believe that the intent, I believe that the idea behind it is a good one, and I think that they can offer some things that are beneficial to creators that creators cannot get themselves, but I think that they're also still approaching it from the same traditional ways in which people ignore, turn off, and get frustrated by. And if they're going to continue to do it in the ways that people ignore, get frustrated, and turn off, then you're going to have a similar result. And you're kind of ruining the idea of why somebody wants to work with a brand. What are your thoughts on Channel Skins? Again, I don't think they're the worst things in the world, but the implementation is sometimes like they try to do too much with it. So Channel Skins aren't just a overlay. So if this is your channel, right, and this is your chat, they have a channel skin ad here. They have one here. They have one at the bottom of the page. And in the viewer list on the side, where it's sorted by the people who you follow, if you're doing one, you now appear at the top as an ad. And so they're doing the things that people don't like. And it's just, from the perspective of being a person who went to school for marketing, that doesn't mean that I know everything and know how everything operates. But from somebody who went to school for marketing, I understand the core base value of what they're trying to do and why they're doing it, impressions, and I get all of that. I understand that part. But from the perspective of somebody who is in the trenches of being a creator and working with creators and have seen the evolution of influencer marketing, it's a kind of thing of these things haven't evolved with the times of how you actually integrate organically into a brand or into a creator's work. These channel skin stuff it's a one-off event, very forgettable, and people move on from it immediately. It's effectively the same as running a video ad. You're going to see it, it's going to hit you, and you're like, oh, there's an ad, but you're going to forget it afterwards. For me, I think here's where I would say that the difference is in terms of working with creators, especially in the live environment, is that it has to integrate into the content. We just had a discussion about Fourth Wall that came up in talking about monetization. That is a way more organic thing that maybe you guys have heard enough about it if you've been around here long enough, but I can still bring something new to the table every single time we talk about Fourth Wall. It's integrated into the overall content at this point that you guys expect it. You guys know the command, you know there's a moat, you know what I'm going to talk about, you know the percentage, you guys know these things. And that's the kind of difference in terms of working with a creator to want to actually build something that is sustainable and long-lasting and has impact, rather than a one-off advertising event that everybody forgets. But again, I understand that's where the industry is. I understand that that's where they are, and they're not going to change exactly very soon. But by doing the things that make people tune things out, they're accelerating the decline of the impact of those sponsorships. So by making it more obvious that a sponsorship is happening, they're actually making it less memorable for the overall viewer. Mountain Dew AI, exactly. That's a thing that did happen. Anyways, that's just my feelings. That's my feelings on it.
They have an audience, and how can you both sort of work together to achieve each of your goals, but in a way that's really rewarding for the audience, rewarding for the creator.
I don't know about the other ones. So the OTK campaign, I think they were one of the first people that actually got to try it. I know Soda Poppin got to try it. He was like one of the first creators with it on his stream. And I think that did have a really big impact. Reason being, new, fresh, hadn't been done before. And I think it was for Starforge Systems at the time, in terms of how they actually integrated it. But that's exactly it, is that you end up having diminishing returns as people start to tune that stuff out, because it does start. And we've seen that Twitch has kind of addressed that by adding more ads in different places for their channel skins. So it is a thing of, it can be effective, but at the same time, whatever.
When I first became a Twitch affiliate, they didn't have the affiliate program. This platform is already kind of at its peak. I don't think there's anything that they can do to make this platform any better. Ads are great, and if you think that you have a better implementation than ads that are currently existing, I think you should be working for Tesla, because you're on Mars or something. The ads are perfect. When I get the opportunity to vote, I'll be voting no on making any changes to make this platform
vote
better.
nay right now against any changes to ads.
Vote no.
Oh yes, when did you give the sub to Offline Tits? When did you give the sub to Offline Tits? Why is that even an account? Thank you all for voting nay. Thank you all very much for voting nay. God damn it, Orius. What the hell? Hi, Ned. How are you? Oh, man. Jesus.
Rewarding, obviously, for the brand, too.
Absolutely. Kind of curious to harp on in on that. You guys have from an interesting purview, having been founded more than a decade ago, and seen kind of the creator economy influencer space really grow and develop. So from where you sit, what are some of the biggest changes that you've seen in the creator economy? And kind of how is Twitch working?
Is it 24/7 channel bird watching stream? Oh, so it's not offline. It's online then.
Keep up with those changes.
Yeah. I've been here 6 years too. So the company is more than 10 years old. I've been here for 6 years. Even in those 6 years.
Yeah, okay. So this is why I don't believe that her account name is actually... What was her account name? Something boring? Is that what it was? Hi, DJ Brisk. Hold on, my phone is now ringing again. Who did it? Hell yeah, Salty. Maybe Rachel. Oh, I can't spell. Dolphin. Perfect. Hi, Violet. So many people know each other. That's always cool to see. Yeah, I'm intrigued to been here for 6 years. Account is only 4 years old.
One of the things, my biggest observations
DJ
is
Brisk of Team Brisk, quite possibly the largest Twitch team of DJs. Ooh, interesting. Hell yeah, DJ Brisk.
like I said, creators are brands, and they are doing activities.
We're listening to the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of Twitch, talking about Twitch and the creator economy here.
much like brand, kind of traditional brand activities. So you see their own products, right? And I think that that's really proliferated in the last few years of sort of whether it's a snack food, whether it is a game itself, whether it's merchandise. Like there is a
Hey, speaking of merchandise, speaking of integrated ads, what am I going to say next? Let's see if this works or not.
a lot of sort of products, experiences now that are headlined by the creator, not necessarily just promoted and endorsed by the creator, but they're
Violet,
actually
thank you.
their products
Thank
that
you
they
for
are
the free
selling
stream
to their
streak.
audience.
Hi, Mandy.
Which I think is so interesting. And similarly, their own event franchises. So that's one of the things that's become really popular on Twitch. And it happens in the US certainly, but also outside of the US, it's a really big trend. So we have like the biggest event on Twitch every year by a single creator is called La Velada del Año. And it is hosted by Ibai, who's a Spanish streamer who is one of the biggest streamers, period. But it is a 3.4 plus million people who are watching that at any given time.
Right.
Over, tens of millions who watch it over the course of the stream. But also there's this in-person component, right? They are renting out a stadium, a stadium that would typically sell out for a massive sort of sports franchise. And these are sold out events. And it happens in France, it happens in Spain. And so, streamers, again, sort of taking
Valero Delano doesn't happen in France, but okay.
ownership and content.
I think she's talking generally about the large size events.
To like taking ownership over their brands and really, not necessarily just being part of a brand, but having their own live events, their own products, which I think is so interesting.
One of the things that you guys do is also the live events. You've got TwitchCon and whatnot, which kind of marries that.
We're all seeking answers. I wish I had
new
more answers for
follower.
you today. I wish I had more answers for you today. Hey, Mandy, you have a second account? Thanks for the follow on the second account.
Online personalities, online influencers, online creator space, gamings, and things like that community, and puts it in person. So talk to me a little bit about how those events foster community, especially in an increasingly fragmented, digital landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. So we really do think of ourselves as like one of the big pillars of our marketing strategy is creator engagement or community building.
Okay. None of us have a second accounts. I don't even have a second account.
I know it's a word that is used many, many times, and maybe it's become a bit ubiquitous, but we think of community as like, these are really tight and unique bonds that people create. And it's not just the streamer to their community, it's all of the people in the community who are really connected to one another.
Sure.
That the communities have names, they have their own sort of lore, and they have their own visual identity. And so they're really, really tightly connected. We think of our responsibility, in the marketing team to help foster those connections, to help drive those connections. And it's,
You're drunk, like Bussey seeing double? Maybe the case. Might be the case.
Twitch community sort of connecting with each other and streamers connecting with each other. I think streamers really...
God, if we get a guest star reference in this, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad because there's no reason to bring up guest star in a function that exists in a marketing interview. God, I hope it doesn't happen. Yeah, if you want to join the creator clubs, yeah, definitely do that. Hey, tell people I sent you, or Singletary. Heck of a coincidence. What are their second accounts? It's a good question.
Being a Twitch streamer is a really important part of their identity, something that makes people feel really proud.
Yeah, that's the actual application. Hell yeah.
And so giving a lot of opportunities.
Maybe I'm going to set up a DJ account.
For streamers to connect with each other. So examples of that are like, of course.
Oh no, please don't do it. 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 There's no reason for it. Please don't do 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 it.
It happens at TwitchCon because TwitchCon is like the everything event. But there's also things like, we have meetups. Those are grassroots organizations.
Okay.
They're self-organized.
That's good. I like
supported
that.
by Twitch, of course. But
Yes.
these are about, streamers and community members getting together.
Sure.
We also have things like Discord groups that we bring together so that,
Oh,
again,
we're getting closer. We're getting closer to the edge.
streamers are connected with each other, which just
Okay.
feels good, right? Being with
Sure.
people who do what I do, know what I do,
Yeah.
but also best practices and sort of like advice giving, collaboration opportunities, all that.
Okay.
We have guilds. So we started
Yes.
guilds. They're focused on, underserved and marginalized creator groups. Today, that is women, Black, and Hispanic creators. And they've proven to be really,
What about Pride? Forgot the Pride one in there.
really successful. So they're streamers, their partners are
Violet, stop.
affiliates on Twitch. They are sort of everyday connecting
Hi, Shiraz.
on the Discord, but also do live events. We make sure there are more opportunities, right, in terms of like marketing opportunities, promotional opportunities at TwitchCon. And then we think about community building between Twitch staff and Twitch communities. So those are, again, things like TwitchCon, but also we go to meetups and we encourage staff to go to meetups. And we do a lot of Q&As with, the various Discord groups or ambassadors or guild members. So building those connections is a sort of everyday, always on for us. And I think events, just like your friend group, right? If you're a lot of my sort of friendship cultivation happens digitally, in our group text or whatever. But getting together in person is just so meaningful. It's like a new level, right? Sort of deeper level. And so
I'm really curious about the timing of this interview is really interesting. The reason I say that is because typically when you would do this kind of outreach and kind of putting yourself out there to podcasts and availability for media junkets and all this kind of stuff, usually you have something that you're promoting specifically. Like when we listened to, was it Jeremy Forrester who was on the podcast to talk about product management or whatever? He was doing that because they were just talking about all the things that they had announced at Rotterdam. And so I'm curious if this is going to have like a specific focus in terms of the app or creator clubs or what it's going to be. New program as example. Yeah, she's fairly nice, but very executive. Met her at TwitchCon last year. Maybe she's shopping. Maybe. Promoting the new Twitch mobile app.
Events has proven for us to be really, really meaningful to the people who attend them and helps, again, to just sort of nurture, strengthen those bonds.
Yeah. From a marketing perspective, talk to me about kind of why having those live events matters. Does it keep people engaged? That type of thing.
Yeah.
So it's feeling like this might be TwitchCon related. This could be very well be a TwitchCon promotion.
I think the people who opt into attending live events are already pretty opted into your service, right? Especially if, in the cases of a TwitchCon, it's a paid ticket, right? That you are already pretty excited about Twitch. Yeah, you are already there. And, so the people who are attending are really core to the service. And so when we think about the value, I certainly think it's about strengthening the bonds they have, maybe connect, some new ones. So finding new streamers to connect with, finding streamers who are like you.
TwitchCon is the everything meetup after all. Advertisers should advertise there or else we're going to sue them. Well, they should. You're right.
You can collaborate with, right? Certainly, I think retention is part of it. But again, I think most of the folks who come are really, really already super and hyper invested in Twitch.
Right.
But to me, as a marketer, I think that's just such a powerful group of people who end up being the evangelists and advocates of your service. And so taking really good care of them, making sure that they have a great time, that they're well informed, that they have a chance to understand our intentions and our news and have fun, with our brand is a really worthwhile investment to us because they're the people who are talking about us every day, not only in their streams and in their communities, but also on their other social media sites and their other forums. And so I think for me, it's really about advocacy.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And kind of within that same vein, I'd love to kind of get your thoughts on what the current pitch is to our creators, right? within every platform, there's kind of been back and forth as to what's being offered to creators.
So Twitch did just announce that they have a new mission statement, which is making ways for creators and community to come together. You never been to a con personally? I've been to 2 so far. And that's probably going to be it. I went in 2019 and 2023. Maybe in 2025 I'll go to another one, but
And how much they're allowed to make.
But yeah, they have a new mission statement for the company, which is bringing people to come together, or giving people a easier way to find a sense of belonging and being able to make communities come together, something like that.
Their monetization and things like this. So how are you guys currently talking to our creators about that? What's the current pitch to them?
They want us,
Yeah, I
if
think
they want us coming together, they shouldn't stop funding things like the Vancouver Twitch Meet. They make those meetups really interesting in terms of how they operate, but yeah.
It's sort of the idea that
The old one was, you're already one of us.
Twitch is a
Or at
place
least
where
that was the marketing speak like that they used externally in terms of an overall quote.
you build a supportive community, and supportive, that word is doing a lot of work in that sentence. So I'll break that down a little bit. But again, I kind of got into this earlier. It's having a lot of monetization options, and it's not just about options. I think the important thing for us, and what I think is so compelling for many creators and why we are their primary home, is because we launched a lot of those mechanisms and creator tools very early on, right? So the idea that you would come to Twitch and directly support your favorite creator by purchasing a subscription or...
Okay, so here's where I'm going to disagree. I mean, I agree, but I disagree. Or perhaps it's just the nature of this interview, but I don't think that the reason why creators come to Twitch is for the money. I mean, it's part of it, but I wouldn't put that as like the main reason why people come to Twitch. And that's interesting that that's what she believes is the main reason why creators come to Twitch, or how they're positioning to other people who are outside of Twitch to come to Twitch is, hey, ad here. When there isn't. I mean, there is, but there isn't. In terms of an overall ability to monetize an audience, yes. There's absolutely ways that you can monetize an audience, and the relationship, the parasocial relationship that exists in easier fashion in a live environment than it does in a YouTube video or a TikTok video or a tweet or an Instagram post or whatever. It just is. It's just an easier thing. But I don't think that most creatives, most people who want to community build, most people that are inherently focused on building something long-lasting are inherently going, I'm going to Twitch for the money. Because they will burn out so fast on Twitch if that's what they're going for. The reality is that streaming is not for the faint of heart. It's not easy. It is not, again, it's got challenges, it's got easier parts to it, but the vast majority of people, like, I know there's another argument happening right now in the creator space because Lacey, a FaZe guy, he said that streaming was actually a harder job, which has already happened. This same drama happened literally 3 months ago. Streaming is a harder job than anything else you can do in the world, blah, 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 blah. Tell that to the people who work in construction and stuff like that. There's differences between the two, but one of the things that is very true about streaming is that it is difficult to sit there in front of a computer talking to yourself in a community. If there is no community, it's easier when you guys are here, but it's very, very hard in order to grow that and build that. And if you're just being like, oh, I have a YouTube channel with 100,000 people, we'll go live on Twitch for 8 hours a day.
Live right now, coming to you from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, Shay Roz in the Bone Zone. Give it to me, daddy.
If you are just coming here and hoping that it'll just be money and the effort will be super easy to sit here and chat, you're going to be disappointed, because being a YouTuber, being a TikToker, being a Instagrammer, being a blogger, being a Twitter user, well, all those things are a completely different level of energy that goes into the actual creation of your content that won't actually it won't be the same level. You will be so burnt out on live streaming so fast if you don't love it. If you don't love streaming and it's not for everybody, you will burn out so fast. And so the idea of one of the main pitches to external people is that, hey, come here for the money is faulty. That is not a good place to start. Not a good place to start. It's part of the conversation, but it's only a fraction of that overall conversation, 10, 20% of that conversation. The bigger thing is, will you enjoy the process of creating live content? Because again, it's not for everybody. And dangling a financial thing in front of people, a financial carrot in front of people, may bring people in, but it's not going to keep people. Do you really want that regular churn of people that watch a stream and then their streamer no longer goes live? I don't know. I think you want people here that actually are going to create long-term and establish the relationship and establish the content and establish the things that people want to support long-term, rather than one-off cash influxes of a Madison Beer coming to stream one time, or a Paul Brothers streaming one time on the platform and then never streaming again. What's the long-term value there? I think it's a bad take. Hi, Hacky. If you only want money, your energy is better used elsewhere. Yep. I stream for millions of monies, and then I have a bank. I have in the bank because of Twitch. Yeah. Right back. The delivery guys are here with my new Ferrari. So it may be the actual way in which she's pitching this, and the audience of this is that she's just talking about the money side of things, because this is for brands, this is for marketers, and marketers and brand people are obviously going to be focused more on money than they are going to be focused on community building and stuff. But I may have to re-listen to that to understand exactly if she said what I think she said. Hi, Bat. Stop telling us our dream job is a pipe dream. So what's the TLDR conclusion? Is streaming harder than a normal job? Yes or no? No. I would say that every single job has its difficulties and its strengths. Things that make it easier, things that make it harder. If you're somebody who is a gym rat and you work at a gym, you're going to be like, I have the easiest job in the world. But they'll also say, oh, I have the hardest job in the world, because I have to constantly be at peak performance. I have to constantly know my macros. I got to train other people. I can't just sit down and watch TV. I got to always keep in peak physical condition. For somebody who works in construction, they may say, I have the hardest job in the world, because I'm constantly beating up my body and it's all this work and stuff like that. But actually, I have no. But they make a lot of money for the most part, and will ultimately have a pension and all these kind of other things that you won't get in the creator space. Yeah, it may be easier to sit here from the outside, to sit here and talk for 6 hours a day. That may be the case, but is there any future? Do you have any savings? Do you have a 401k? Do you have a retirement? No. So there's ups and downs to every single career that are going to set it apart or make it look really, really easy from the outside. And that's kind of the key. If it looks easy from the outside, then it means that you've probably worked hard to get to a point where you're actually really good at what you do. My mom is a gym rat. What kind of drink is a gin rat? What about those streams that stream with celebs, then fall off when the celeb leaves? Yeah, 100%. That's what I mean, is that it doesn't always, like, the flash in the pan don't always work. Like Kai Cenat, if Kai Cenat had never streamed before and streamed one time well, actually, here's a good example. No, it's not a good example. Yeah. But if Kai Cenat hadn't had and built up his entire streaming empire and his ability to stream, and then you just put him in a room with Kevin Hart, I guarantee you that would be one of the worst streams that you watch. You'd be like, we had somebody entertaining the celebrity, and then this other dude that was just there. But because he's worked hard to build up to where he is, he made an entertaining stream. And one of the biggest streams in North America. So, my worker asked for ages, and it turns out we're in a simulation. It seems the most likely. Guys, I hate to do it to you. But I got to wrap up. We got to wrap up our stream for today. DJ Brisk, thanks so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. You knew it was coming? Yeah. It's been 2.5 hours, which means I do have to wrap up here. So, I just got here. Well, Pat, you should have been here sooner. Whose fault is that? She's swole as fuck? Hell yeah. We didn't finish the podcast? No, we didn't. We still have 25 minutes to go on a 35-minute podcast. So yeah, let's find somebody to raid though. Let us find somebody to raid. On the next stream, we're going to talk about the TwitchCon schedule. We're going to talk about 13 years of YouTube knowledge in 46 minutes. That's another long video we have to watch. We have to read the comments on this article. Oh, there's been 4 new ones. Heck yeah. We have to read a Business Insider article and a bunch of other things we actually have to do. I've been following you on Twitter. Glad to catch a stream. I appreciate you coming by. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Follow Stay Up also on YouTube. There's a great weekly newsletter. True. Damn, single tier. Look at you doing the work. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the subs, the bits, the sound alerts, the text-to-speech, the raids. Thanks so much for the raids. I really appreciate those. New people who followed, welcome. A pleasure to have you here. Hopefully catch you in the next one. And for the people who just came, who've been here for a long-ass time, who sit there in the shadows lurking, who are active in chat, typing, my mods, everybody who comes by, I really do appreciate you coming and hanging out and chatting and being a part of this community, because it would not be the same without you. For ways in which it would just be one man screaming into a camera about things that nobody cared about. Hey, lurker, stop fucking lurking so much. True. Hi, Ollie. Zach, I want to be a Twitch clip editor. Any advice? Get started. Make me get started with me. Make me 10 really good clips. I'll give you $100. I don't know if that's fair or reasonable or not, but there you go. That may be underselling it or overselling. I have no idea. But there you go. That'll get you a start. That'll get you started. And you actually have something to work for. Start at. It's got to be edited, not just like, you can't just create a clip. You got to get some edits in there. There's got to be like some zooms and other things. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. All right. All right. I don't know. Who should we raid? Who should we raid? Who should we raid? I was watching K. Markle's stream yesterday. She's Canadian, very kind, very sweet, and she's a big fan of Fourth Wall. Big fan of Fourth Wall. So we're going to raid her. We are going to raid her. Guys, thank you so much. Unofficial DJ stream, by the way. Shout out to all the DJs in chat. Hell yeah. Yeah. Exclamation mark raid. Can't. They're all here. Hey, Singletary. Here's a commitment I'll make to you and to the DJ community. During that big promotion, in order to, when the category launches, during that promotional week, all those streams, I'll rate a DJ. I will rate a DJ. Because they're doing a big promotional push and stuff. I'll contribute to that. We'll rate DJs every single stream. That'll be a cool way to kind of contribute to the overall Twitch community. But yeah, /raid, get Markle. Whoops, typed the wrong thing there. There it is. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. If you guys aren't in the Discord, feel free to join the Discord. Great place to hang out after stream. I have a newsletter, tos.gg. It is a weekly newsletter covering everything happening in the streaming space. What's going on. This one actually had some additional analysis on sentiment and stuff. But ultimately, we do cover the Twitch news, the streaming industry news, creator news, and keys and careers and opportunities. A great way to keep up to date on everything happening. If you can't make the stream, if you may miss something on Twitter because of the algorithm or you're just not on all the time, this is a way to keep up on everything happening in the streaming space. And it is absolutely free. So please do sign up for it because I think that you'll be happy that you did. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.